Yeah. Alright, let's try this again. Okay, should be fixed. So hello everybody. This is the first episode of our new campaign. We currently don't have a campaign title yet, soon to come, but our soon-to-be adventurers are about to be thrust into a life of adventure. Currently they're up in Kalsgard, which is in the land of the Linnorm Kings. They are currently set to take off on a boat. It's pretty much all the information I gave them before they made their characters. So they've come up with some pretty unique characters with some very interesting backstories, which hopefully we'll be able to dig into in these next few sessions. Yeah, so how do you guys want to do this? Do you guys want to go around the table now, introduce yourselves, introduce your characters? Do you want to have a bar scene where you guys all meet up at a bar?
Well, so are we on the ship currently?
No, you're not on the ship yet.
Okay.
We can do it on the ship. We can get to that point before the ship, if you guys want. Don't matter to me.
Well, so I guess my question is, what is the circumstances for us getting on the ship? Did we all get on the ship together? Did we all get on the ship separately? Were we all running from the same thing? Or were we all running from separate things?
You guys
How
are
did that shake out?
okay. So when you guys paid passage, the people who were being transported, the passengers, the people being transported, passengers, were told to meet at a certain hour on the docks to be loaded up so their luggage could be taken and loaded into the cargo hold if needed. If they were carrying more than, maybe a carry-on bag, they were going to be able to meet the captain. The captain was going to kind of give his little spiel, safety, all that stuff before they get on the ship. So at this point, kind of the scene I'd get as you guys are standing around the docks, ice has begun to kind of cake over the docks. The snow's begun to fall. Many of the merchants in the town have hastily begun to gather their wares and load their ships as the frost this year has kind of come early. They're worried about the river itself freezing over, because once the river freezes over, you're not getting your ship out of here. So a lot of the people on the docks are looking to get out sooner than later with any of the wares they got. So that's the kind of scene. So you guys can either mingle if you want, or we can jump into it. But at some point before we jump into this, I do want you guys to introduce mainly yourselves if you want. Maybe not necessarily your characters. I guess I'll start. I'm Medic. I'm the game master. My job here is to, run the game. That's pretty much it. Make sure the rules are semi-fair. Make the calls. Make the good and the bad calls. And then they're going to tell me later when I make the wrong calls. So that's pretty much it. Man, I feel like I should buy you guys drinks.
Taka. I make really bad character choices. I make bad choices in general. My goal for this campaign is to not die the first session.
My name is Lionheart. I'm the newest player to the group, and I have a good feeling about this one. My name is Lionheart.
I'm Tripp. I'm playing one personality this time around.
So he thinks.
I'm Eric. My character will definitely not become super depressed this time. And I make amazing choices every single time. Every choice I make is completely 100% correct. So
He's not wrong. He did end up a ruler of a town in our last campaign. Whether by his
river, fast-moving river,
In plate mail.
and no, that was not me. I did not have plate mail. I jumped after the personal plate mail, but it worked out. At the end, I had more magic items and money than the rest of the party. So
Yeah,
that
and
was a
you
win.
had a tiny god.
Yeah,
And a much
I mean,
larger
the
god.
results are there, right? So that's all that matters. Is results.
All right.
By the way, do we? So do we still going with the all of the same birthmark thing? Is that still a thing?
I think we did not discuss it, but I think it's still a thing. Potentially.
We'll find out next time the party bays.
No, we need to know. We need to know what it is.
we'll talk about that later.
Okay.
Next waterfall shower scene. We'll talk about it then. All right. All right. So you guys are standing on the dock, waiting for the captain to come out. A very gnarly looking. What do you call him up there? The kingdom of Linnordsmen?
The race are called Ulfin.
Thank you. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, so a very gnarly looking Ulfin kind of stands there with his axe, kind of like guarding the dock, like patiently waiting, just kind of eyeing you guys over. As you're kind of standing there milling about. I'm sure Ashrat and Crimson Claw are probably talking.
I'm in my gnome disguise.
Oh, you're in your gnome disguise?
Gnome disguise.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I try to convince you to be in your half orc. We don't know this town.
Kind of hard to hide a 3-foot tail.
Well, my gnome disguise is just like a sheet over me. It's just like a long sheet.
I have a heavy cloak. It's cold, and I don't like it.
That is your half orc disguise. Okay, remember, we just have to blend in until we get on the ship, and then we can be all. Oh, that guy looks intense. Hello. Oh wait, we're just waiting, right?
Yeah, you guys are just waiting.
Fourth generation goth.
Yeah,
I like his makeup.
Ashrat, do you think I have time to go get some grub?
I think this guy just came out so we can get on the damn boat and go south.
So yeah, again, this guy's kind of like standing over there. He's got his like axe perched up on his shoulder, just kind of watching you guys as he goes through. And a kind of fittish looking dwarf. Like, I mean, they're short and stout, so they always look hefty. But you can tell he's spent some long years at sea. You know, his skin's kind of sun worn. He's got sunspots, and sorry, I'm still learning this system, so I'm a little bit slow. You guys see this man approach, which you guys would recognize as Nick Gray, the captain of the Snapdragon. As he comes out, bald head and all, wide arms as he gestures towards you guys. He's like, "Welcome, welcome, friends." He's like, now that you have booked passage, everything is well, and we should be underway momentarily. And as he does, a very bureaucratic-looking gentleman in very fine clothing steps forward, and he's like, Captain Gray, I have perfect timing. Sorry, sir. I'm from the Gold Standard Insurance Company. You know, the one you paid for with your boat. And Nick Gray kind of looks back, and he's like, and he kind of gestures the gentleman forward. And the gentleman hands him like a big stack of documents, and he starts flipping through it. And the salesman kind of mentions something in his ear, and you hear him go, 3 guards? Like, you said there was a minimum of 3. What do I need 3 more guards for? This is preposterous. And the salesman kind of speaks up. He's like, well, sir, I do apologize, but your contract clearly states that we adjust our terms as we see fit to cover the interests of our company. You cannot sail without the necessary amount of guards, which is now 6, due to the recent pirates that have been patrolling your trade route. If you sail without them, you'll void your contract, of course. Also, as due to you being part of the Red Sails Transport Company, you will also break contract with them and forfeit your ship, and you'll be wanted in at least 12 countries. I implore you, good sir, to wait the winter out here, and wait until you find more suitable guards. And Nick kind of like he looks angry at this point. He kind of like slams his foot down on there, and the weird looking, the tall, imposing Ulfin character kind of turns around, like kind of like getting his axe at the ready almost, and Nick kind of like holds up a hand and like gestures him back. And he's like, look, if I don't sail now, I'll forfeit my rights to at least a dozen sole trading agreements. He's like, good sirs, there's nothing you can do. My passenger's ready to load right now. And he gestures to you guys at the group.
Oh, you're right. I put my hand up, and like the disguise, quote unquote, like totally comes off my arm. And you can clearly see like little red skinned claws. I'm shaking. I'm going like this to him.
He like he doesn't see you. He just kind of like goes back
Hello?
and just.
I go up to him. Hello. We can provide services to guard you.
Like the salesman's like, sir, I don't know if this individual will be. I mean, he's no warrant. There's nothing here to say he's anybody but a passenger. He's like, sir, might I suggest I might be able to help you find some more suitable guards, some that are a little bit more like your Ulfin friend here. And he gestures down to the bottom. Go ahead.
I'm gonna step up behind my little friend. I think we fit the bill quite nicely, actually.
Yes, I am just a little stupid gnome that can do magic.
He needs more guards. We can serve as guards. He can just refund our passage.
Done. Yes, absolutely. And
Oh, and throw in some barbecue as well. I need meat.
he kind of looks at you, and he's like, well, I can't count this one. If anything, he's only half, so you're gonna have to hire at least 7 guards for me to sign off
Wait,
on this.
what? What the fuck, man? I throw up my hood.
If he counts for half, then I count for 1.5. So that makes us 2.
Are you like trying to intimidate this guy at all? Or are you guys like trying to be
Hold
important?
me back!
Not you.
Ashrat, hold me back!
I don't think I need to intimidate him. I'm 7.5 foot tall,
Yeah.
6.5 foot tall, 300 pounds, and teeth of scale.
Yeah, and he looks at you again.
You don't know who you're fucking with, man.
Easy, Claw. We want a job, not a bloodbath.
I know, but he said I was only worth half a guard.
He doesn't know you.
Yeah, but if I beat him senseless, then he will know.
No, then he won't know anything. Hence the senseless part.
Okay, you're more charismatic than me. You do the talking. But just make sure. One more word out of you. And I kind of do like the Bruce Lee thing on my nose, and I kind of like lean up against Ashrat, like with my arms crossed.
He looks at you too,
Captain?
and the captain's like, "Yes, of course." Like, and he like gestures you guys on the ship with like trying to gesture you by the salesman, the golden standard salesman, and the guy's like, "Look, these guys are unvetted. You're not even sure. You're just hiring guards to get your ship underway. All right, so hire at least 2 more guards." Okay, and then I will sign off on this. I don't have time for this. I have other things to get to, and it's cold out here. And he's like, if you need anything, if you need to find guards, I can. I might be able to assist you with that. I won't charge you too much for the finder's fee, of course. And Nick just like glares at him and like looks out at the crowd and walks down to the Ulfin-looking fella and says something, and the imposing fella kind of like leaves, like walks through the crowd and kind of heads back towards the town.
And this little half elf is like trying to smack the chest area of his much taller companion. You're basically 1.5 people, and I'm kind of half a person too.
Well, you'd be correct in saying you're half human, but you're definitely a full person.
I'm not guard material. I could blow things up, but I'm not sure they'd really appreciate that. But you can smash things, and I bet they would appreciate that.
Any snot-nosed grizzle will have a brain can guard things.
As I'm passing the captain, I say, "You've got 2 more you could refund passage and make guards. Don't know them, but they'll up the count." As Claw and I walk on board the ship,
I kind of spit into the water as I'm going by the captain.
And he
cold enough to like freeze.
And he pats you on the back. He's like, "No hard feelings.
I roll out of the way."
And he just like looks down at you. He's like, "Look, I don't need you to prove yourself to me. Just whatever you do, if there's trouble, just either hide or fight, one of the two. I already sent I'm sent by a.
I will destroy all trouble with my crimson claws." And I want to do I'm like, Ashrat, give me a boost.
reach down and pick him up.
And I like jump up on your shoulders, and I try to do like a kung fu pose on your shoulder.
Is this like a performance check here? He looks at you guys and he's like, "Oh, you guys." I know you don't. That's why I asked.
How different.
He's like, interesting. Well, one of the crewmen will show you to your guys' quarters, and kind of gestures at another dwarf lady, and she kind of eagerly comes over and greets you guys and begins to kind of escort you guys down deck or below deck. Your quarters isn't much. It's like it's not even a cot. It's a hammock with.
Hammocks.
Ooh, a
Yeah.
hammock. I mean, that's like we're used to sleeping in like pits alongside the road, so that's pretty nice.
Hammocks a big step up.
I just hang from the rafters, upside down.
All right. So, Nim, Ulfric, are you volunteering? If not, he's just gonna allow the passengers to board.
I'll go ahead and I'll talk to him. I'll tug on. I mean, I'm taller than him. I'll tug on his sleeve or the top of his cloak. Hi there. I know. I'm not. He's the muscle, and I'll like gesture back to Ulfric. And I don't have any practical combat experience, but I have studied a lot, and I'm pretty good with magic. And pirates explode last time I checked. So if you feel like you might need another guard, I might be able to, do a couple things here and there. I'm also a pretty good cook. I cook really well.
Look, you just need bodies, right, Captain?
Yeah, I just need bodies. That's it.
Give us free passage. We're only going to south of Omar.
He's like, done. And he's like, seems like you can handle yourself in a fight. Don't burn down my ship. And he looks at you, Nim.
I can bring things back too. It'll be fine. I can fix things. I'm good at fixing things. I fix things all the time. Not things I break. I don't break things. I never break things. Just fix them. I'm a fixer.
Not that kind of fixer.
Is there another kind of fixer?
So he hands you guys. He hands you guys like.
Don't worry about it.
He refunds your guys' 11 silver pieces. And you can tell like he looks a lot more relieved now. He knows he has like enough bodies for it. But he walks past you, again turns to one of the crewmen and has you guys escorted below deck. You guys are all pretty much roomed in the same area, so you guys are the first on the ship, and you guys are most likely to bump into each other. There's like a sheet in between the cots. That's pretty much all that serves as doors. Otherwise, it's like mostly open in there. So it's not the best.
We get silver back?
Yeah, you guys got 11. I just know what. Yeah, you guys get 11 as well.
Oh, okay. I was about to go apeshit.
Where's your manager?
Did you guys even pay? I swear to God, a goblin paid earlier, not a gnome. All right, so I think this is a good time to kind of reintroduce characters. People didn't pick up on it.
Well, I will describe half of our duo. Where's my notes? Here's my notes. I'm a tall Iguari, muscled shoulders, deep of chest. Fig that. We'll just ad-lib it. He's a 7.5 foot tall, black scaled lizardman. As he pulls back his hood, you can see gleaming white teeth, huge ham hands, 3 foot tail, weighs about 150 stone. With him is his small companion.
So Crimson Claw Swift Death is I have his measurements. Let's see. Gotta get this legit. He's good height for a goblin, about 3'2", 65 pounds. Well muscled. He's pretty buff, but he's like still lithe. He's not like bodybuilder, goblin buff. He's much different for a goblin though. He has red skin. He has a tail that swishes around a lot that he's currently kind of hanging from. Well, his feet and his tail. He also is kind of covered in like old scars and a little dirty. He has like white, like fabric wrapping around his hands. He is a mohawk, black mohawk. He definitely looks a little cheeky, but he's also and he's yellow eyes instead of red. So he definitely stands out from most goblins. And like a notch missing on his ear with some earrings. Looks like he's been through some shit.
Well, Claw, looks like we got some bunk mates. I'm Ashrat. He's Claw. Crimson.
Crimson Claw, sweet to death. I do another kung fu pose on the rafters. You probably heard of me.
That's a really cool name.
You see a large man, about 6'5", all muscle, sitting on the hammock with a shining mail coat, a steel-studded sword belt, tall boots, and a pretty simple helmet that is resting on his knee. His long blonde hair is unbound, and he looks at you and says, "I'm Ulfric Ranulfson, and this is my companion Nim."
Hi, I'm Nim.
Hello.
She's actually quite short, especially compared to her friend. Like she's probably 5'2", 5'3" on a good day. Has surprisingly dark skin for somebody this far north, but her hair is dark white, maybe a little bit gray in the white light or in the right light, and has these big bright blue bug eyes. And she's wearing really pretty comfortable fur-lined cloak, and on either of her wrists she has just these colorful leather bands just all over, like silly band style, like way too many bracelets.
I do a flip down from the rafters.
Oh wow.
And then I want to give you like I give you like I put on my arm to give you a predator handshake. Like the forearm shake.
Oh, okay. I return your gesture.
You have good taste. I do one to Ulfric too. I try to give Ulfric a predator handshake.
I will accept it.
You guys look strong.
Are you lying?
Am I lying?
With that, Ashrat will reach down, pick up Claw, and put him back up to the rafter. Let's get settled in, folks. The boat's about to be underway. I'll start stowing my stuff underneath my hammock.
And as you say that, a wave of people begin to descend the steps, quickly grabbing cots and things of this sort. Most of the people look like common folk, probably don't have much, probably just moving south to try to get to either warmer weather or greener pastures. A few people kind of pass by that kind of catch your eye. One individual dressed in finer clothes of sorts. The adventuring gear he carries is of good quality. He doesn't have any sigils or anything, but you can tell he could take care of himself. Like he's in a studded leather armor, carries like a long sword with him, and his pack is well made as well. So there's no dust on any of them either. So very, very clean individual. He kind of eyes you guys as he passes by and continues down to the farthest end of the section, and takes up the cot on the farthest side. But the cots fill up with people, men and women, dwarves and humans and half elves, and just a whole array of people begin to fill up this portion of the ship. Yeah, and it doesn't take long, and you guys begin to set sail. Nick Gray comes down and welcomes you guys all to the boat, giving everybody handshakes and letting everybody know that he has a perfect record and that nothing ever goes wrong on his ships. And he smiles at them and laughs and tells jokes, and people seem to be excited Somebody down the line breaks out a lute and begins to play music, and some singing and stuff goes on. This kind of continues on well into the night, and then silence as everybody begins to kind of fall asleep. So, what do you guys want to do during this time?
Well, at some point, we're sailing out of Kalsgard. I assume we're sailing west, right?
Yes.
So as we pass the stretch of land of Aslafair, I will go to the deck and gaze longingly at the coast.
So as you're standing up on the deck,
you're gazing longingly at the coast?
Yeah.
He does that sometimes.
Are there drinks and food at this event?
whatever you brought with you.
Oh.
Food is served. Food is eventually served, but it's nothing special. It's mainly trail rations for now, as they've been working on getting the boat out of the river and setting sail and stuff like that. So,
whilst the people, can I go and look for like where they keep their stocks of liquor?
Yeah, you can do that. Let me get so Ulfric, as you're on the deck, a dwarf lady with her hood kind of pulled up kind of approaches the deck, and she says, "Quite beautiful, isn't it?"
Yes, the windswept lands of Aslafair.
So much better when it's not as cold and the snow doesn't cover the grounds.
Indeed, the lands that used to belong to Lord Ulfric. Marked by willow and ash, and by stone and by swamp.
She looks at you. She's like, I unfortunately don't know much about this Lord Ulfric you speak of. I've only unfortunately been to Kalsgard, but if he owns such good land, I'm sure he's a great person.
He's dead, unfortunately.
Oh dear me, bless his soul.
His brother rules now. A sly and secretive man.
She kind of quizzically looks at you and like waits for you to kind of go on to see what else you're gonna say. Like there's a story behind it, so she's waiting to see if you're gonna tell it. As that awkward silence kind of creeps up, she
The rumor has it that that the late Lord Ulfric had a son who was captured by the Ulfjevna, and that his brother has sent assassins after him.
and
A sly and secretive man indeed.
And she looks at you and smiles, and then she says, and I'm assuming this man that's running from the assassins, this son of a good lord is also quite possibly nearby.
Oh, I'm kind of shocked. I wouldn't know.
And she smiles and like touches your arm, and she turns to you and says, "My name's Turid Barrelhelm, and I am kind of the medic on ship here. I tend to help in the kitchens and kind of help around where needed. My brother, oh bless his soul, my brother Ragnum serves in the kitchens, and don't let him get to you. He's quite a grumpy man and doesn't like anybody messing around in his kitchens, especially his liquor cabinet." And she kind of like touches your arm and smiles and kind of like walks back to the other side of the ship and kind of picks up a conversation with some other people on deck as well.
Before she stalks off, I'll introduce myself. I am Skjol Skallagrimson.
She says, "Well, it's an absolute pleasure to have you on our ship. And again, if there's anything you need, just find myself or my brother, and we'll see what we can do to help you." Again, she smiles and kind of walks off calmly, no hurry, and begins talking to other passengers on the ship. All right, so Crimson Claw, you let me pull up the actual. I have a map for the ship because it's actually a fairly decent sized ship here. Help me keep my story straight so I can actually look at pretty pictures. That's what I get from graduating from Roll20. I'm drowning over here. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying.
All things in time.
Just wait till we get to combat and nobody knows what to do.
Yeah, so you descend. You can tell it's the kitchen. The scent of vegetables and things kind of comes from here. Maybe a previously cooked meal that was for breakfast. The smell of bacon is fairly thick from probably this morning.
Oh God. Oh.
And did I show you the picture of her? I didn't show you the picture of your turret, did I? There you go.
Who's that?
Turret Barrett
He
Helm.
was just talking to.
Yeah, the one he was talking about.
Yeah.
Where's
You
that
meet.
boat map you said you had?
Oh, we should.
I'm getting there. Sorry. Yeah, I'm getting there. There we go.
We're going a wandering. Especially if there's the smell of bacon to be had.
Oh yeah.
All right, so you guys should be able to see the whole map. Yes? No? Maybe?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
good.
4 levels.
Yes, 4 levels. So the bottommost being the cargo. This is where you guys are kind of staying too. The upper.
Bottom level or the second?
Sorry, the second level. So you guys are probably in. Let me draw some pretty pictures here. My assumption is you guys are probably like around there, pretty close to the kitchen.
Okay.
You guys are pretty
Okay.
close to the kitchen.
That's a good place to be.
Yeah, being guards. The Ulfin that hasn't introduced himself to you guys yet sleeps in this corner here. And then some of the other guards sleep on this deck as well, as to include the first mate. The captain sleeps on the second deck with his first mate / apprentice. And one other individual, probably the helmsman.
Okay.
Do we have
A lot of people are partying up on the top deck, right?
Yeah, they're excited to be underway, so everybody's kind of in cheery moods. Everybody seems happy to be underway. A few people kind of like keep looking back as if like they've forgotten something, but overall, like the mood in the ship's very, very happy. So, so the kitchen there is pretty close to your cot. So you kind of wander in the kitchen looking, and inside is a oops. Is a dwarf. He looks like he's been on a ship for a while too.
Okay. And the kitchen's they don't have like a separate store or something.
No, it's kind of all shoved in here. Probably the store, if they have like potatoes and stuff like that, they're probably stored below deck to be carried up later. But most of the stuff is stored in kind of this room. So you have like the whatever it is, the oven, the stove, whatever they have on ships, and then like one half is full of like cutting boards and utensils and crates full of stuff. And there's like very clearly a liquor cabinet in here.
Oh, there it is.
And inside is this gentleman. And he says, "Greetings,
I'm
friend."
behind Dashrat. That's in front of me.
And he looks Ashrat up and down. He's like, I've haven't had the pleasure of meeting somebody of your stature before. What brings you on this lovely ship?
I was a passenger, but now I'm a guard. Seems you needed some extra to be underway to get rid of some annoying little fop of an insuranceman.
That would be Winston Carmichael.
So I get free passage, just in case somebody decides to get stupid and I have to blood them. I smelled bacon, by the way. I'm Ashrod. He's Claw.
No, don't. No. We have our plan. You have to distract them. I'm gonna sneak in and steal the hooch.
No, is that what we're doing?
Yes.
Well, I want the bacon.
And he's like, it's not warm, but I have a few pieces left over from breakfast.
Meat's meat.
Yeah,
I'm
and
like licking my lips as trying to be silent, but I'm also licking my lips.
all right, just go ahead and just roll me a stealth, I guess. Let's see how much you upset this guy.
Rolling again. I brought the dragon in, right?
Yeah, I think so.
That how it works? Oh, I know. I dragged the 7. Yeah.
Not bad.
That's actually not terrible.
Level
That's
1.
pretty good.
Level 1.
I
Yeah.
know. I know.
No, my own self. I'm like 15. Fuck. And then I'm like, oh, wait, level 1.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You have to remind yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's. I mean, you kind of sneak over to the cabinets, and you're able. I mean, nothing in here is amazing, but yeah, you end up grabbing a bottle of something.
Oh, I thought there was a cabinet.
Yeah, there's a cabinet.
Oh, it's just.
It's like all unlabeled bottles. Like.
Got it. Okay. Grab it, and then I'll do a roll back.
Yeah, and he turns around. There's like 4 pieces of bacon on like a little clay plate, and he kind of gestures it to you guys.
Oh, yeah. Then I so once I'm back behind Ashrat, I'm like, oh hey, sorry I caught up with you. What's going on?
I'll take and poke out 2 claws and stab all 4 pieces and offer 2 to claw.
Oh, I'm like, like a kung fu, like just like so quick. I grab the bacon, the ones that he offers me. I'm just in my mouth.
He's like, well, don't tell anybody, all right? Can't be giving out extra rations even to the guards. So, but you know,
brother.
And he kind of smiles at you guys.
If you need the shit beaten out of somebody, you know how to call.
And then we'll turn around and head on out. Mission accomplished.
Yes, I'm like whistling.
And he smiles.
Go back up on deck, and I'll kind of like signal over to Nim. And is Ulfric still being edgy on the deck?
So long as we are within sight of Aslafair, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, we'll be inside of that place for a while.
Yeah.
So I'm drinking. I'm handing it to Ashrat. We go over to Nim, and I'm like, "Hey, Nim."
She has her I guess a little book open, and she's kind of discreetly trying to write something down and draw. And the second you come over, she's
pulling on
shut.
You. Hey, we got some hooch. You want to a little nip? A little nippy?
I don't know what any of the words you just said meant.
He has a drink. It's called spirits. Makes you warm inside.
Generally, spirits make me a little bit cold. I mean, they're dead, and they're not always pleasant to talk to, and they I haven't had very good experiences with those.
Wait, what? Was I speaking in Goblin again?
Oh no, I understand Goblin, so maybe it would be better if we spoke Goblin. Yeah.
Okay. I say, you want some fucking fire water to burn your veins in Goblin.
Oh! Sure, that sounds... That's...
I'm like,
in most cultures, drinking is a very good way to get to know people, so I should do this.
Just be on the down low, because just, we don't want everybody drinking from it. So just, kind of keep it under wraps. And I hand you the bottle of hooch.
Kind of holds it and keeps eye contact with you and takes a really quick drink and winces and then hands it back. And
there's so much bacon grease on the nozzle.
Oh, that was great. I love it.
So what brings you around these parts?
Just traveling, trying to get away from home for a bit, set out on my own, and fix a couple things that I probably can't fix here. Maybe I can fix in Ulfric. We'll see. Where are you from? Both of you. I've met goblins before, but I don't think I've ever met. Actually.
But never met what? You look at him. He looks nothing like most goblins you've seen.
I've never met anybody, a goblin that looks like you, and I've never met a person that looks like Mr. Ashrat over here.
You mean a talking lizard?
What did you? What's the correct, the proper way to? What do you prefer to be called?
Actually, that's a good question. How do you actually pronounce that?
I thought it was Iruxi, right?
It's spelled Iruxi.
Yeah.
Iruxi?
Iruxi? I mean, I think it's whatever you say, man. You're the wizard. Right? It's like saying Porsche or it's like saying ukulele. So
would call it Aroxai.
Peroxide.
Aroxai. My people are known as Aroxai.
Wow.
As to where we're from, well, that was the point of this whole sojourn north. Fat lot of good it did us.
I'm
Oh,
guessing.
I'm from Jamoray. From this one, have you heard of it?
Maybe Nim has. Taka probably hasn't. I'm getting used to this.
It's like so it's an island down. If you look at like southeast, it's an island kind of off of the where the Monoways are in the Impossible Lands, and it's kind of known as like the last. It has a lot of influences from like Tian and all these other places. It's kind of like the gateway to the east. Think of it that way.
You're really far from home.
Yeah, if you look at the inner sea, we're from the southeast of the inner sea. Way over there.
Wow.
Where are you from?
A little bit south of here. Varesia is where I grew up. My father's from Irison, so I grew up there too. I spent some time in Absalom as well, and just kind of all over, but mostly here. I was up with a bit further north with Ulfric for a few months.
What is the what's going on there? You guys like an item or just like traveling companions? Brother, sister, cousins. You stole something from him, he stole something from you. You guys got in a bar fight. The same rib. You guys were eating at the same rib and kind of did like a kiss at the end. What are we talking about?
I don't know. So my father, he likes to study people, so that's why we move around so much. So we were just studying his people at the time, and I mean, we're kind of closest to the same age. I'm actually older than he is. Believe it or not, I'm also the mature one. And we just, I guess we lived together for a few-ish months, but not like together, but like, in the same vicinity, like a couple miles within each other. And we just kind of, I don't know, I guess we're friends. Yeah,
you talk a lot, don't you?
Do I talk a lot?
It's not bad. I'm just here, have some more hooch.
She kind of you give it to her, and she doesn't really look like she wants to drink it, but she like looks at both of you.
I look so earnest at you, like,
and
takes another quick swig and like.
Ashrat, actually, you don't. Ashrat will reach out and take the bottle from you.
Oh.
Okay.
And
yeah.
He'll take a nice long pull and hand it back to Claw.
I probably shouldn't have too much of that. I think that's one of those things I probably shouldn't have too much of. Just in case.
Oh, and give him to a fight or something?
Fire and, alcohol and the undead and all that kind of stuff, it just doesn't mix.
Wait, what were those words you just used?
Fire?
You said fire and undead?
Did I?
What?
I say a lot of things. I don't always remember exactly what I say. Like you said, I talk a lot, and I talk when I'm nervous, and I'm nervous around new people, but I'm really glad to meet new friends, and you guys seem really nice.
Okay. Go back to drinking.
What exactly, Taka, what exactly is your character wearing? Is she actually kid up like a witch?
No, she's just wearing like a blue high neck sweater type thing, trousers, boots, and a fur lined cloak of sorts with a hood.
Okay.
And rainbow bracelets. Many rainbow bracelets.
Oh, but one other thing that he has in his visage, he has a bunch of like scrolls. Look like they're like wrapped, but they're like along his back, but wrapped up in leather, or like a hard leather,
like a scribe pack.
Oh wow!
It's not even just. It's like straight up like kind of like long scroll cases along his back, underneath his backpack. And Ashra, you know all about. I mean, you know all about his stuff. But
So are you two like cousins or brothers or lovers, or did you meet on the different end of a rib?
Oh no, we were like in this bar. Where was it again? It was like some place. What was it called? Nurub or something, or
Melab.
Oh yeah, Meleb. and there was these guys in there, and they were big fucking douche dickbags, and they were like making all these racist comments towards him, and then towards me, and then we were like, "Oh, I guess you want to throw down," and we started, punching and kicking and rending of flesh. Wait, am I saying too much, Ashrat?
It's all
She like opens her book and slowly starts to write this down. Go on.
You know,
Let's just say we weren't welcome after that.
So you've
started
just been
hanging out. We're just good friends. We fight well together.
It seems that most pink skins don't like us because we're different. I don't think you'll be one of those.
Yeah, you seem really chill. I'm digging your whole vibe.
Thank you. I don't get that very often.
We should spar sometime.
I think you would probably win. I'm noodly. Ulfric,
I go
he's
and pinch your arms.
She's
I could teach you
she's
some
a
moves if you want.
Really?
Yes.
Like to hit things?
Yes, yeah. Oh, you can hit things, eye jab, throat gouges, crotch ripping, instep smashing.
I mean, all those things.
If a guy gets fresh with you, you got to know how to like elbow him in the eyeball. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. That does not happen to me very often. But
as an inside joke, Ashrat's going to lean down. Don't forget ankle biting.
Oh yes, ankle biting. That's very effective. Hair pulling. Ear ripping. Don't forget ear ripping. That's a great tactic.
Well, I could show you. I don't know. I can set things on. Well, I don't. I can kind of set things on fire. I can freeze things. I can keep you from dying. Maybe I'm not so good at that, but it comes in. It comes in handy. I can make things. I can fix things. That's about it.
That sounds like a lot of handy things.
Yeah, it seems pretty good, man.
It comes in handy when you're on the road a lot and it's just you and maybe your father, and sometimes the people that you're with might be cannibals and you're not too sure until you have a good conversation with them. So
I totally understand what you're saying right now.
I know, right?
Those hidden cannibals. You got to be careful.
Seriously.
Anyways,
Sometimes they're not very open.
Is your friend gonna stop like looking out longingly at you short anytime, or should we just finish this to each ourselves?
Maybe he's going through a lot right now, I think, and I talk a lot and he doesn't always talk a lot. But I mean he's nice. I don't exactly know how to make things better.
I'm gonna take the bottle and I'm gonna walk over to him.
I'll follow.
And I'm gonna take one claw and tap him on the shoulder.
Him would be me, yeah.
Yes, him would be you.
Okay, so you've come up to the deck.
Yeah,
We've been on the deck.
Okay.
We just weren't on your part of the deck.
Okay, so Over kind of like slowly look at you like he's being pulled from something. Oh, yes?
And I just hand him the bottle.
You look like you need it, bro.
I drank it.
Like sniff it. Decide it's not anything horrendous and take a sip of it.
I mean, so much bacon grease is on that.
It's a little meaty.
Oh yeah, medic, is it good alcohol? We forgot to ask.
It's not the worst you've had.
Okay.
So I mean, it's probably what they.
It's not bad.
Yeah, it's.
So Ulfric will take a sip of it, pass, kind of like grimace, pass the bottle back to Ashrat and say, "Oh, that tastes like a dwarf's piss."
Yeah, but it's warm. Besides, it looked like you needed a change.
I think I'm about sick of change, to be honest.
Well, that's unfortunate because it just keeps coming.
That is true. The one thing you can count on is change.
The way you look at the shore, it doesn't seem you want to be on this boat.
I'll tell you where I want to be. I want to be in Aslifair, stabbing a man's guts out,
Oh,
feeding
that's
and feeding them to his hounds.
that's pretty specific.
Seems like a doable thing.
It would be, except you'd have to get past the outer gate, the inner gate, and the 200 household warriors that man is likely to have at his command.
Okay, so doable.
That could be problematic, Claw.
I like roll up my sleeves. Do a little flex. Urgh, you just got to know how to sneaky. You know what I mean?
Yeah, in fact, I do.
Well, if you ever need any help, we're always for hire.
Well, I will return to that city when I have gold and an army.
Sounds like another good time.
But for now, I need to get gold and an army.
I'm one. Well, not an army. I'm one person, or like part of a person.
What do you mean part of a person?
I don't know. I
She's-
feel like I die real easily.
Well, we all die. It's extraordinarily easy to kill a man.
I don't know. I'll take a claw and tap on your breastplate. Seems like your skin's thicker than even mine at the moment. Is that the wisest thing to be wearing while we're aboard this ship out over this water?
No, actually, a mail code will drag you straight to the bottom of the ocean. But
Best make sure you don't fall off, then.
But I haven't had a moment to take it off yet.
I can just like tie a rope around you, so if you fall, we'll just like drag you along or something.
And both of you will die.
Oh no, I can bench. We lift, right? I thought we lift all the time. And I try to flex.
Goodness.
And I do like a little kata move. To
You have a lot of energy.
Ah, that is true. Well, you have to build up your energy for fighting. But I'm actually pretty hungry. Have you seen the grub around?
I know that, and I'll kind of point to the lady I was talking to earlier. I think that lady over there runs the kitchens.
Well, maybe we should find out what time we eat.
So as if like, your words was like a command, like the Ragnarum comes up to the deck with like a big tray of like different hors d'oeuvres and breads and things like that, and he walks around the deck and like allows people to kind of grab some. There's like small rolls and bits of like cubed meats and things like that. Dried, but nothing in here is really hot. But I mean, it's food.
Aside from this ship being a complete waste of wood, seal hide rope, and sail, it's got good grub on it.
Cubed meat? Do we even need like hot sauce or some type of like a spiced rub or I don't know.
Usually on a voyage, you can't expect anything except warm sour ale and salted fish, maybe.
Oh, that sounds horrible.
Maybe a bit of pickled herring if you're fortunate.
That's so one note.
It's okay. When we get to land, I'll get something and I'll cook it up for you. I'm pretty good at cooking.
Oh, are you? I tried to learn myself.
What happened?
He burnt it.
I'm getting better. Shh.
He burns everything.
Look, have you ever had? Okay, it's a crazy food. It's called barbecue.
No. No, I haven't. I don't think so. What's that?
Oh, it's this whole method of roasting and smoking meat over open fire, and you use like special spice glazes and sauces to give it an extra kick. I even hear that a special competition where people they cook against each other, and the one who wins gets like a platinum. It's like called platinum chef or something.
That's fancy.
Ragnum's just eyeing you. He's like, "There's no
Oh,
such
yeah.
thing as barbecue."
This guy is this the guy who insulted me before too?
No. This is the cook. The
Okay, I
one
go,
you stole the.
That's right. Hold me back, man. Hold me back.
I'm gonna just kind of like put my hand on Claw's shoulder. Now, he just doesn't know.
Oh, you're right. Sorry. I just get so passionate.
I can see that.
And he
All right, so you guys want to eat together? You guys want to go and grab a table?
There's, I mean, not really many tables on board.
Okay, you want to grab
No,
a corner of the deck?
We're just gonna eat here.
I grab like as much. I'm like, okay, I'll get something for the table. I have like one plate, and I just fill it up with as much food as I can. I come back over and I set it down. I'm like, okay, and what do you guys want?
Should probably just only have bread. Historically, I have not done very well on boats. I'm surprised I'm doing this well right now.
If you don't look out at the ocean,
Oh, I don't plan to.
it's easier to handle the waves.
Get
Water is
me whatever it is you're going to eat. So just take whatever you get and double it, and I'll eat it.
Double it. You see, like the plate that he put for himself.
No.
So much food.
So get your portion, then get a portion of exactly the same thing, and I'll eat it.
Oh, okay. So he comes back over with the most heaping plate of possible that it can fit. Like way too much food.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Puts it down. He gets what he gets for stuff for Ashrat, and then gets some stuff for you, Nim. And then he just starts like fucking throwing it back. Like kind of like, you know, in Dragon Ball Z when like they eat shit and like they just eat, like any anime where they like eat so much
They just
food.
inhale.
They don't know where it goes. It's like just like that. Like he's eating so much food, but like not filling up.
And in complete contrast, Ashrat is just spearing one piece at a time and slowly eating it.
I do hate this ship.
Why?
It's wide, it's slow, and it doesn't even have any beast heads on the prow.
Is that a thing? All the ships I've been on have been like this.
Then you've never seen a proper warship. Long and sleek, with beast heads on the prow and on top of the mast. A steering platform enough for only a few men, and ore banks. Oh, the ore banks.
I've seen pirate ships. They're not much different than this. Only they have barkers. Metal tubes that sling balls at great speed. And they fire them at each other.
My father had a ship named Wind Viper. And it was a beautiful ship.
Oh. Like a Viper style.
It was long and thin. It was a long ship. It had a single sail and could seat about 40 oarsmen.
Well, you really know a lot about ships. You're really into them, aren't you?
I love the sea.
All right, so that was good. I can give everybody a hero point for that. So because I didn't have to talk forever, it was great. I think that was a good intro for your guys' characters. So night kind of comes around. Yeah, you guys start with one. So you get zombie at 2 now.
Okay.
So night continues on. You party. Everybody goes down to their cots and everything like that, and you guys begin to rest. So you guys quickly find the problem with these cots and why they were still open. It seems that the cooks tend to stay up late preparing, so all you hear is the chopping sound and moving in the kitchen through the wooden door on the other side, as well as it's also pretty hot on this side of the ship, even for winter, because that seems like they're baking something in there as well.
Yeah, we're fine.
Everybody's cool with that?
Well, we came from the equator.
Oh, that's true. So yeah, that makes sense.
It is also like 20 degrees outside.
Yeah.
So.
It's marvelous. I want to be next to the furnace.
Yeah, I'm like basically sneaking in all the time, stealing food and alcohol. So
We'll get to that.
okay.
Oh no. It's actually probably pretty hot. I like the cold.
All right, so you guys are laying there sleeping. Everybody, everybody go and drop perception checks. I guess I can do that by myself, but I'm gonna let you guys roll them.
Okay.
First roll or second roll for some people.
Wow. Awesome.
So I just want to say, Ashrat, you're still sound asleep.
Cool.
Oh, there we go. Those are big boy numbers.
Dang, pulling it out. All right, so anybody who rolled above a 10, you guys all hear this. Which, I mean...
I was gonna say, so nobody?
No, everybody rolled above a 10.
Above a 10?
Everybody rolled
Except
above a
for
10.
Ashrat.
Except for Ashrat, who's still sound asleep.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
see just the dice roll, not the modifier.
Oh, gotcha. So you don't actually see the...
I see everybody's modifier.
Yeah,
I
so
do
do I.
not.
It's next to next to it. You don't see the number next to the die.
No,
You
no,
don't
I
see
just see
the 20 plus anything?
No, I just see 9 for Crimson, 1 for Ashra, and 9 for Nim.
Oh, weird.
That is weird.
That is kind of weird because I see everybody's modifier.
Yeah.
Oh well, okay, so, you guys are awoken by somebody on one of the upper decks screaming, there are dead men on the ship, to arms! And he's like, screaming this at the top of his lungs, like he's panicking, almost in tears. And,
Okay, so, I was gonna say, roll out of the cot, barely waking, doesn't seem to have woken up at all. Pull on a mail coat, strap on a sword belt, and grab his shield.
Okay, so as you're doing that, you see the Ulfin gentleman just grab his axe, nothing but his chonies on, and an axe in his hands, just rolling up to the deck and just eyes you and shakes his head, and like sprints upwards. So what do the other three of you guys do?
It's like, how long does it take to don armor? Like just a minute or?
I think it's
5
like
minutes or
I think it's a minute.
Yeah,
so we're all running up while you're donning armor.
I think it depends on the type of armor, but
I think it's like a minute though. It's not super long. It's not like that other system.
Yeah, I think doffing it takes longer than donning it.
I think Nim probably tries to get out of bed really quickly, realizes she's in a hammock, flops onto the ground, grabs something in her bag, says, "Come on, Vertimanda, let's help!" Puts it in her hood and then runs.
Okay, so you two run up
It's
deck.
so weird that I can't enter my stance before combat. Like I can't run up in my stance, right?
I don't think so, because you have to be in combat.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
There's such a disconnect there in my mind. It's like, okay, sure, but yeah, we're not there.
All right, so you guys get up.
Wait, I'm gonna wake up Ashrat first.
Oh yeah, no, I wake him up. I basically jump off. I'm like slap him because I know he's a heavy sleeper. Not hard. I'm like, Ashrat,
What?
there's fighting upstairs.
And at that, you hear like the sound of like wood hitting wood as like a door is like burst open.
Protect the booze.
Okay, so you guys make it upstairs, and as you guys make it to the second landing, I don't need initiative. The Ulfin in his chonies with his axe seems to be standing in a doorway, and he looks pissed, absolutely pissed. As he seems to be walking out of this room here. on the second level, third level. I don't know how you count. Do you count 1 being the top on a ship?
Yeah,
I think it's from the
that's the top
bottom.
deck.
Okay. Anyways, this deck walks out and just look pissed and just like walks right by you guys and down the stairs. But the screaming for about dead minutes stopped.
False alarm.
Is everybody okay?
They're
Mister?
fine. Go back to bed. There's
Ashrat finally
nothing.
comes up on deck.
The guy's like descending. He's like, just go back to bed. It was nothing.
I want to like, I guess, sneak up a little ways and see if I can see what's going on up top.
You can go up to the top deck.
Oh,
Yeah, just in case, because I don't think I'll be able to sleep if I don't check myself.
You go up to the top deck, and one of the crewmen like looks like he's putting away his sword, and kind of goes back to the deck and just kind of like shakes his head, smiles at you, and he just kind of like gives you the hands, like it's okay, just it's all good, all clear up here.
Who is screaming?
Yeah. Supposed to talk about it. First mate, it's Hudson again. Hoping this wasn't going to happen on the first night. Happens every time we come out to sea.
He panics. He sees dead people.
He's plagued by some serious nightmares. So he says. Part of me thinks he just likes to do it for fun. He kind of like smiles at you and laughs.
I mean, nightmares usually mean something, at least one way or another. I have some experience with interpreting them.
Maybe you can go talk to Hudson.
I don't mind if he's still conscious and you didn't beat the ever-living daylight out of him, so he will sleep through the night.
I mean, I didn't. Maybe Asmund did. He's getting pretty upset with these constant nightmares and waking everybody on the ship up.
I can see how that would be problematic and probably cause some tension between the crew members. Where?
He's like down below. He's in the first mate's quarters,
Okay,
which
I might
is one deck down.
if he's still conscious. Thank you for keeping it.
Well, while you play good Parisian, I'm going to go back to bed.
Too damn cold up here.
So you guys haven't made it out of the oh, I guess, yeah, you have, technically. I forgot, yeah.
I didn't put on any armor. I just came out here with my weapon. It's cold. I'm going back down.
Like now I'm like up and like kind of like my adrenaline is surging. I think we should like let's spar for like 20 minutes, then I can sleep.
As long as we do it closer to the kitchen.
Oh yeah, let's do it right near the kitchen. We totally keep you guys up for 20 minutes. That's where like punching, dodging.
I guess I'd go check to see if the first mate is awake and / or conscious.
Okay, so you're just gonna walk in there? Assuming you probably
I
knock.
knock.
Yeah, so you knock and you hear from the other side.
Sir, are you all right?
You kind of peek in and he's like holding a bucket and he's puking into it.
Oh, I get that way too on the water. Surprisingly, it hasn't happened yet. Maybe I've outgrown it. Can you outgrow that thing?
He holds up a hand and he's like, says he's got a bucket in one arm.
I was just, coming to check on you because they were saying you have nightmares every now and then, and I have nightmares sometimes too, and I used to make a living, well, not make a living, but if you want to talk about your nightmares, I don't mind talking about them with you, or you could talk about them and I could listen and maybe offer some advice.
And he lays a hand and like grabs his stomach and he looks like he's like He's vomiting and in pain, and like tears are streaming down his face. I guess I can show you a picture of this poor individual. As you look at him, though, it looks like there might be some very fresh bruising on his stomach, as if whoever woke him up slammed a fist or possibly a haft of an axe into his stomach while he was sleeping.
That's rude.
There's like a nice little bar across it.
Do you need medical attention, sir?
He just kind of waves you away again.
Well, I could come back tomorrow if you think you'll be feeling better tomorrow.
And you see him kind of like nod for a second, and they just go back into his bucket.
Okay, I'm leaving now. And I like slowly back out the corner, close the door. I'll go back to the others. Yeah, he's in bad shape.
Yeah, he's in bed.
Well, I can't say I'm surprised. Nightmares are bad omens.
Mm.
All right, so everybody goes. You guys spar. You guys go back to bed. Rest up. The next day, you guys wake up, and you can hear down below like chattering, and as you pass people, it seems that's to be kind of the talk on the ship right now is the first mate's apparently having bad dreams, and people are taking it as kind of an ill omen type thing. Like a sense of worry kind of sets over the ship. As you guys ascend the steps to the upper deck, though, you guys hear sounds of combat on the deck.
Okay.
So as you guys peek out, you guys find your Ulfin friend again, shirtless, fighting against 3 other guards. And he's there. He's got his axe, and they kind of got swords. They've got like protectors over them to kind of blunt them, but the guards kind of go in, and they're trying to like coordinate attacks, and the Ulfin is like clearly like manhandling these individuals. He like knocks one swords away, like kicks him in the chest, to the point where the guy almost falls backwards over the railing. And then like it dispatches the other 2. One of them he like slams in the chest with his half of his axe, knocks him back into a barrel, and the barrel kind of like falls on him. And then the other guy like swings, he parries it, and just kind of like punches him across the face, like no mercy, kind of like beating the shit out of his own guards. I mean that lasts for about a minute, and then they kind of like take a break. They're all kind of sweating and panting. It's cold out here too, so yeah. But
this
yeah,
is our this is the guy with all the braids in his beard.
Yeah.
With the makeup.
Yep.
And is he just another passenger, or is he part of the crew?
He's like the he's probably like the top guardsman, if you had to put it that way.
So we're actually working for him.
Yeah.
Pseudo.
Yeah, pretty much. But he hasn't talked to you guys at all. He just
Fair
looks at you
enough.
guys and like descends deck, like below deck, and just shakes his head again. Grabs like his shirt, wipes his face off.
After he's really gone, I say hi. Like he's just gone.
What was that?
I said hello, but he was
Oh,
gone. so
hey.
we couldn't- Yeah.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
Hi.
You're a lot easier to talk to.
Am I?
We should,
Usually people just like run in fear or try to kill us.
I've seen a
Well,
lot weirder.
Nim, we should remind the captain that we are only on this boat until the Southmore.
Oh yeah, that's probably a good idea. You might want to find some more guards or just pretend. Actually, the insurance guy won't be here anyway, so it'll be fine. Probably. Is that how insurance works?
Who knows?
Where are we getting off, Ashrat?
I Tripp do not know.
Okay.
Ashrat might know, but Tripp doesn't know.
Yeah. Where are you
hasn't-
guys getting off?
Medic hasn't told Tripp.
I haven't told Tripp.
We're getting off somewhere around Arsmerill, most likely. It'd be better if we could get off closer to Joel, but who knows?
So this is
We're getting off
Gotta have a
in
map
the
up.
south. In the south, we're getting off in the south more.
That's on me. I apologize. I forgot to mention that this that he was planning on going down to Azir to offload his goods, making a few stops along the way, of course. But his ultimate plan is to make it down to Azir, load up again, and then head back north as far as he can to offload. He just kind of runs that trade route.
Where's Nazir? Where's that?
That is in Ramadan.
Oh, Radam. Okay.
Ramadan.
Way
Rahadum.
south.
Yeah, way south.
Yeah, Rahadum. Got it. But we know where we're going, but we don't know. Our characters know, but we don't know.
Okay.
It's a new side of the world. Nobody's familiar with it.
Oh yeah. By the way, we're. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, so at some point I would try and find the captain and make sure he knows that that we would like to get off before we actually leave the land of the Linnorm.
He kind of looks at you and he's he shakes his head. He's like, that's unfortunate. I guess I'll have to hire another guard or something like that. And he's like, well, I appreciate you telling me now, so at least I can plan for it. I'll let Asmund know and see if he can't go find somebody in the city that's worth their weight. All right, so do you have anything else, Ulfric? Sorry, you cut out for me. I just wanted to make sure you were.
No, I'll kind of just bite back the fact that I did tell him when we were signing up to be guards that we were going to get off in the south more, but if he wasn't paying attention, that's
He was very much like, I don't care, get on my boat, be my guard. Yeah.
that's his.
He was more worried about getting the ship underway. Okay, so you guys get breakfast. Yeah. Okay, this time it's not good food. It's like what you would expect on a ship. Like,
I'm just so hungry all the time. Though,
yeah.
So again, you guys have no. I'm like 55 pounds, 48 pounds. Like, just no idea where all this food's going.
Do you ever get sick?
What's that?
Oh, that's impressive. I'm a little concerned.
It's weird. Ever since I've been reading my scroll and I stopped.
He
I mean,
eaten much worse. I try and cover his faux pas.
Yes. My new training regiment. I've just been eating a lot of food. Find myself very hungry.
That makes sense.
I'm trying to cover for him.
Yeah, no, it was good.
all right, so you guys kind of stand around to eat, however it's done. Actually, there's some tables. There's 2 tables near the kitchen, but they're probably reserved for you guys and actually probably you guys. So you guys actually might have a table because you are guards. And one of the passengers approaches you guys. This individual was that noble individual that I mentioned earlier.
Oh yeah, the one that I've been casing. By the way, I've been casing this person a lot.
Oh, have you?
Yeah. Definitely a potential resource for future endeavors.
Did we lose Lionheart? His face is frozen for me.
Oh no!
It's such a perfect freeze.
Yeah, it's actually a good freeze, unlike Orky, who would have the worst. Yeah.
Might we take this opportunity to take a break then?
Yes, this is a perfect time to take a break. So, everybody watching, thank you. We will be back in a few minutes.
Technical difficulties. But I don't see the Z's on your token, Eric. I just see it on mine.
I see them on me,
Ulfric,
Ulfric,
anyone.
and Nim, but not on.
But then I can't see Nim's token.
Yeah, there's no token for Nim.
Am I alive? Nope. I'm
As we're sitting here trying to figure out how to wake up Fantasy Grounds because it all fell asleep.
No, I mean there's no token for her. As in no picture.
Yeah, I don't see a picture for you.
Oh, really?
I see a picture for everybody else, just not you.
I do.
I see a picture for her too.
I can see Nim's picture as well.
Huh, that's weird.
And so everybody sees something completely different. Vanity Seagrass is just like this bucket of chaos.
Yeah. Hey, and what's great for my side, I'm just saying, it's already coming handy. So as long as it works, enough. All right, so I think we ended with the noble-looking gentleman approaching your guys' table during breakfast time. Is that where we left off? I believe so. So he walks up and he says, ladies, gentlemen, good sirs. And he looks at mainly, damn it, names. Names are hard. Give me a second.
Ashrat.
I got this. Yes, thank you, Ashrat. I'm still learning. I apologize.
It's like a giant, like, fucking bone. I know it's all rations, actually, right?
Now it's dried fish.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, you see, like, we pull out a fish bone.
There we go. Now this is the kind of food I'm used to having on the ship.
He says, might I have a moment of your time? And he sets 4 apples on the table.
Apple. Oh, yes. I grab it really quickly. I'm hanging upside down from the rafters.
He kind of looks around to make sure none of the other guards are around. He's like, I'm looking into a certain individual on the ship, and I just was curious if you had any knowledge about this person. And he kind of gestures over to where Asmund sleeps. Yeah, the big Ulfin fellow who works the ship. You know who I speak of?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I happen to believe that he might be a murderer that I am seeking.
Just because he's really big and has an axe and could probably kill people?
Well, no. I mean, I don't assume that everybody that has an axe and is big and hulking is a murderer. Although I am sure he's killed plenty of men. This one instance I am looking into is more of a legal matter that resides far out of the lands of the Linnorm Kings, and I just was curious if you guys had heard anything, or maybe he might be boasting of such actions. You guys do work for him, correct?
He doesn't talk to us. He hasn't said a word to us about anything.
Well...
if I was a serial killer, I probably wouldn't tell people about it. That's probably the first thing I would do. After hiding the body.
You mean wouldn't do?
Yeah, that's what I meant. But I would hide the body.
Like, where would you hide it?
I've heard acid is a really good way to get rid of bodies. Don't ask me where I've heard it. I've just heard it.
What is?
Acid.
Acid.
Didn't you say some of your kin were cannibals?
Oh, no, not my kin. I might have lived with them. We're still not sure. It's kind of fuzzy.
Is it not as simple as just tossing the body in the river?
Then they kind of float.
Yeah.
They always feed it to the demon pigs.
Oh, that sounds like a really good... Like, nobody would want to fight a demon pig.
I mean, they just eat things so quickly.
Yeah, definitely. Like you.
In any case, like I said, he doesn't talk to us.
Well, that might be more... that's good. Well, I would like to hire you, then. Just to, in question and infer into said murder, maybe he might open up to you guys.
Down. Okay, what are we talking here?
We're only on this ship for maybe another day.
You give us some money up front. We have some daily expenses. What are we talking?
Well, I can offer a few silver pieces up front, but there'll probably be gold in it once if you can actually bring me proof, or written account, or.
How are we supposed to find proof on the ship?
I believe he might have something in his belongings that might link him to the murder. A necklace of sorts, one that has a golden raven with blue gemstones set in the eyes. It's a very unique piece, and if he has it and he is the one, it's not something he'd get rid of. That's not something you'd be able to sell either.
Would
Kind of sounds like you just want to steal this necklace for you.
He nods his head. He's like, "Guys, I can see how you would think that, but I have no intention of keeping the necklace other than returning it to the courts where he might be charged after we apprehend him. If he is, of course, the culprit, I don't want to bring in somebody who isn't guilty."
And say we don't find this necklace. Say he doesn't have it with him. Say he's not the man you're looking for.
Then I'll
What
pay
would
you.
that look like?
Then I'll pay you for your troubles, and we'll be on our way.
does like an artifacts like that seem like it would have some sort of, I don't know, like religious iconography or cultural significance?
Give
like
me
it is something we
give
would
me a
recognize?
society check. Yes.
All right. Where are you?
There's a lot of I guess iconography that kind of for Nim. It's kind of there's a lot of it. The raven itself, Ulfric, with the blue gemstones, has ties back to Kinagaro down in Ravenel. Ravenel? Dude, my pronunciations are terrible. I'm not a Pathfinder guy. I'm sorry, people. I'm learning. Ravenel in Kinagaro. Yes, has ties back to that city.
You mean Kintargo?
Yes, Kintargo. See? Reading helps.
Okay, I know what we're talking about now. And it has ties back to what exactly?
That imagery has ties back to a faction of sorts that you can't place the name for back in Kintargo. You just vividly remember that the blue gemstones with the raven has ties back to there.
Would a lower heraldry help?
Do you have heraldry?
I do.
Oh, hell yes.
I took that as my free lore skill.
Yes, please.
That you gave me.
Is it the same bonus? Because I can just swap it. Yes. Yes.
It does have the same bonus.
I mean, it doesn't really help you much, but I will give you more info. Okay, you recognize the heraldry, imagery, iconography as the symbol of the Blue Ravens, which is a sect of the Silver Ravens.
And the Silver Ravens, if I know my history correctly, fought against the thrice damned House of Thru.
Yes.
So I will kind of raise my eyebrow at this guy and say, did he kill the member of the Blue Ravens?
And he looks at you and he just kind of like nods. And he's like, "Are you? No. You're not a member." He kind of smiles and becomes maybe more like amiable towards you guys, like knowing that you kind of figured it out, but he just kind of like quietly he's like don't tell anybody, like. But he smiles and grabs a chair from a nearby table and pulls it up, uninvited. So, and he pulls out his coin purse, and it's pretty hefty, and he begins to dole out silver instead of 2, like he said previously. He doles out 3 silver for you guys because he thinks you guys are going to take the job for him. He thinks he at least has Ulfric's interest. That's more free silver than I've ever given out.
3 silver for each of us?
What do you think, Nim?
Well, I mean, if he is a murderer, then he could probably break me in half, but I'm sure you wouldn't let that happen, and if he's not, then money is money, and money is good.
Money is good. I would not let him rip you in half, and if he killed the Blue Raven, Blue Ravens are from my understanding, an organization that does good things in the world. So, in a manner of speaking, they fight against a tyrannical empire.
Good things are good. So, most things seem beneficial here. I could help as long as I don't have to talk to him. Kind of scary, but also really handsome. I didn't say that out loud. Yes, I did.
Medic, since this guy's been like going, he sat down, I'm next to him, he's going in and out of his coin bursts. I think I'll try to pilfer a little extra cheese. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying?
You have the feat for it too, right?
Oh, I got pickpocket, baby.
Okay, but you don't have the one that allows everybody else to see you. So everybody else give me a perception check with this too. 'Cause everybody else gets one against you. I think they get a bonus. I think there's a feat for it.
Well, so it's like under the table. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I think that other people would have a harder time seeing it than this guy. Right?
Maybe. I'm actually just trying to look up,
You have
figure out what it
You have
is.
to be like trying to see it. I don't know how it works. We haven't dealt with pickpocketing yet.
I know, that's what I'm looking. I just know there's a bunch of feats for it.
I see nothing.
I just know you have the one that doesn't give you the 4.
Yeah,
Seems-
I can pickpocket with Wild Abandon. Steal.
It would be cool if you could do it with your tail.
Ooh,
Yeah, I do with my tail.
You're like Nightcrawler.
I mean, but basically, their DC would be in. The DC for their check would be increased if they're like kind of distracted. Which if they're like talking, I would think the other, not him, but like I mean other people. I don't know.
I think Ashrat already knows what you look like when you're stealing things.
Oh, I'm not worried about Asher.
Yeah. What did you roll?
I haven't rolled it yet. I'll roll
Oh,
right now.
yeah, go ahead and roll it.
Okay.
I think this one might be a secret roll technically, but whatever.
Oh, okay.
I'm not worried about it.
I mean, that's pretty good.
18. I gotta look at a sheet. Let me pull it up real quick. Ooh.
Use a hero point if this is not good.
You're gonna want to use a hero point.
Okay.
Oh no.
Dun, dun, dun.
Hopefully
Oh,
he's
no.
distracted since he's. Fuck
Oh
yeah.
no.
I have another hero point.
You
Well,
can't
I mean,
re-
with an 18, can I like fail but like pretend I was doing something else? You're muted.
I mean, you're doing it with your tail. Like he kind of like it hits his pocket, and he like immediately like his hand kind of goes back to it and like looks at you.
Yes, I think we should definitely get this guy. Don't worry, we're on the case.
So I will just bring this up since I know what he's doing, and if he does fail, I will make sure that there's a large enough distraction that even though he knows something happened, he's not going to focus on it.
Okay.
Usually something like upset the table or lean in and leer at someone, or just do one of those oddities where I flick out my long forked tongue and almost hit someone.
Okay. So
In
you
other
just kind
words, I'm just covering his gambit, giving them something else to focus on.
Well, you've piqued my interest, so I will accept the task.
sorry.
I like how like this character now has such complete different morals than Segovia.
Oh, and I messed up. I shouldn't have had you guys roll. I should have just gone against your DCs as well. So.
Oh, okay.
But, yeah, it's fine. I'm gonna let this one slide. And what was that again, Ulfric? I apologize. I was partly distracted. I'm not gonna
Well,
lie.
my companion and I agree that we will attempt your job and see if we can't find this pendant of yours.
And he smiles. He's like, "Well, thank you. If you guys do find what I'm looking for, Like I said, there'll be a gold involved. But don't rush it. I don't wish you guys to get caught or anything like that. Remember, we have quite a long voyage ahead of us. Well, some of us have quite a long voyage. So I'm going to be on here for a while. So if you guys aren't able to do it, no harm, no foul.
Her and I are only on the ship for a few days.
Okay. So he gets up, puts the chair back, and kind of nods to you guys appreciatively, and kind of goes up on deck, not to try to like draw too much attention as Asmund, your Ulfin friend, kind of descends the stairs, and they kind of look at each other and walk past each other awkwardly and go upstairs. And the shirtless Ulfin again continues back into his quarters, messing around with stuff.
So here's what I'm thinking. Ashrat, you and I try and distract him. Maybe have one of those training sessions with him that we saw on the deck this morning. And you two, Nim and Claw, sneak into his quarters and try and find the pendant.
Why would you think we were the ones good for sneaking?
Well, you are not the two that will be that would be best at distracting him in a mock combat. Therefore, process of elimination, you two would be the ones who would get into his quarters.
Wait, you mean you don't think I'm a good fighter?
I don't think that at all, but he's more likely to accept the mock combat from Ashrat and I.
Why?
You're also really sneaky.
I know. I just want to know why he's asking.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. Sorry.
Why do they always pick on you instead of me?
Because they're dumb?
This one's not.
Okay. I mean, actually, I would go back to Ulfric. I'm actually really good at sneaking and stealing things, so that was a good... I was going to do it anyways, but sure. Nim, are you
Then it all works out.
Hey, Nim.
Yeah?
Are you good at sneaking?
I'm incredibly quiet. Actually, probably not, but I mean, I have a friend who's a little bit quieter than I am, kind of.
Okay. Is that friend here?
Yeah.
Wait, I look around. Wait, but
she looks around and slowly opens part of her coat, and kind of hidden underneath you see 8 glowing blue eyes, and then she quickly closes it. People are kind of scared by her or him a lot. I don't actually know. I usually just call her, but she's pretty sneaky.
There's a friend in your coat?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going with it. Let's go.
All right, so we'll try this in the morning. That seems to be when he likes to do his mock combats. So Ashrat and I will try and coax him.
I was already walking toward his quarters.
No, wait. Claw, wait. We'll try and do this in the morning, since that seems to be when he likes to do his mock combats. And Ashrat and I will try and get him to do one with us, and then while he's distracted, the two of you will try and find our pendant.
What do you think, Ashrat?
It's not one of our plans, but I guess it'll do.
All right. I mean, you guys are the one that accepted, so if this goes to hell, I'm just gonna be on your shoulders.
You can always just throw them overboard.
That is true. All right. Well.
So I guess we will try and kill the rest of the day, and at some point I will approach Asmund and ask him if he'd be willing to take Ashrat and I into in one of his training sessions in the morning.
Leans forward. He's like, finally, he's actually stepping up and trying to actually act like guards. And he offers a hand to you and to shake, and he's like, "Welcome."
Indeed.
He's like, "Yeah, sure. First flight, we're generally up on deck. We don't wear armor, blunt your blades. Don't need you killing any of the other guardsmen." And he's like, "You have stuff to blunt your blades, right?"
Yes, just a thick cloth and some cord should do. Should do.
Good. And he's like, "What's your name? Where are you from? You look familiar."
Sculler Grimacin.
Looks at you. He's like, "That's a mouthful. You got something shorter?"
Skull.
Skull. All right. I like it.
I fought with the Ulfric now.
Ah, did you do any winning, or you just keep losing? He smiles, like he knows. He says, "I fought with them for a time. That's where I learned my initially, and then I became mercenary for a while, and now I found myself here on this ship."
Well, truth be told, I'm looking for Jarl Ranulf the Younger.
Oh, I heard he went south.
How far south?
Can't say. Last I heard of him, he was northern Varissia somewhere. But I could be wrong. You know how rumors are and such.
Right. I was serving his father when that whole business went down.
That's unfortunate to hear what happened. To heard what had happened to him. Sorry, words. There it is. Finally.
Indeed. I thought it best to find Jarl Ranulf the Younger and at least offer him my oath since I offered it to his father.
He kind of spits on the ground at that. He's like, "Oaths are nothing but to tie you to people. Like, you should live free and go do what you will, let the wind take you where it wants to." Wow, I cannot speak tonight, guys. Holy shit. So tongue-tied. Yeah, but he goes on about like freedom, and he kind of spits on oaths and people that take oaths, and apparently he kind of goes off on it for a minute. He had a bad experience once, let's put it that way, and that's very clear by the way he's talking about him. But he doesn't offer you up any sort of insight into it much with that. But he's got a very foul mouth, and I'm not going to go into explicitives here. So, but he's looking forward to sparring you guys in the morning. He's like, we do have technically ice, but you guys are gonna probably want to pull some in tonight because you're not gonna be able to pull any in the morning. And he kind of smiles at you guys again.
I'll keep that in mind.
As you guys are gonna wreck him for some random reason. Just gonna walk away. I quit. All right. Any other? Do you have any questions for him?
No, I mean, I'm pretty satisfied with getting that scheduled. I'm not going to question about anything, so that'll give away what we're doing. So.
Well, he has one for you. He's like, I mean, you're big, you act tough, and you fought with them. How good are you?
Well, I know let's put it this way. I've fought in a few skirmishes. There haven't been any major battles since I joined them, but
oh, you're being modest. Come on, I'm sure you have something.
I mean, there was the battle with Lord Ulfric's men on the way to Kelsgard.
Oh? Are you an enemy of Lord Ulfric?
Well, I fought in that battle.
But which side did you fight for?
Well, at the time, I was fighting for Lord Ulfric, but it was then that I joined with the Ulfjevna.
He just kind of smiles. All right. Interesting. How do I put this? He nods at you, like, kind of like, understand, like, more, we'll talk about this later. And, like, kind of, like, walks past you, smiling, kind of, like, shaking his head. Like, there's a joke you're not getting, almost. Like, he's just laughing to himself. And kind of continues on, unless, Ashrat has anything for him.
I didn't even know I was there.
I didn't know either. I just wasn't sure if you guys went together.
No, I was
okay.
not.
Okay. You guys.
Before the end of the day, I would go check in on Hudson and the poor first mate and see if he's alive.
Okay, so he's curled up in the bed, very clearly like black bruise across his stomach, like probably some cracked ribs when he got hit, but he's like shaking and kind of like muttering to himself a little bit, like almost as if he's frightened.
Knock on the door frame. Mr. Hudson, are you awake?
And he quickly sits up and tries to regain composure. He's like, yes, ma'am. I apologize. I didn't think anybody was going to be visiting me. He's like, how can I help you?
Well, I came in to check on you last night, but you were puking and you were like, and I was like, oh, I'll come back tomorrow. So here I am. I came back and it's tomorrow. Well, it's today, but it's tomorrow.
I
just wanted to, you know.
Yeah, I'm so sorry you had to see that. I was the seas must have made me sick, and my stomach just seems to be hurting. I do appreciate you checking in on me. But I've already been seen to by our ship's medic of sorts.
Well, I mean, physically, I'm sure you're fine. I mean, that looks pretty nasty, but I mean, it'll probably get better. But I'm also not a doctor, so don't take my word for it. The others, they said that you have nightmares a lot. Oh, hello.
And he kind of looks down ashamed, and he's like, yeah, it's only when I get on the sea that they tend to creep up, and it's only been happening for the past few months or so. I see a lot of horrible things, and Captain said that if I can't get it under control, he's gonna let me out at the next stop, and I've been doing this for years now, and I can't just do something else.
Well, if I may, I don't know if it's technically rude or not, but I do have a little bit of experience with interpreting dreams, that kind of thing. It's I mean, my mother taught me how. If you don't mind talking about your dreams, maybe I could provide some sort of, well, not a solution, but I don't know, something. Talking about dreams is good. Talking about things is always good.
All right, he like immediately jumps into some detail. Like anybody that's willing to listen, he's happy to tell you. Especially you seem pretty kind to him. So he opens up and begins telling you a story about how these undead creatures caked in seaweeds of long dead pirates and naval men like climbed the ship and assault the crew. You know, he sees the captain murdered over and over with a sword in the back, and you know, the teeth of these undead creatures, you know, gnawing at some of the passengers and the other men. He sees himself die by you know, strangulation as one of these creatures gets close. The seaweed kind of envelops him and begins to twist form his body in very interesting, unpleasant ways, and he kind of shudders at thinking about it again. And he's like, "That was last night's dream."
Are
And
they usually different?
sometimes I dream of storms. Sometimes I dream of large fish swallowing the boat whole. Sometimes there's fish people that climb on deck and try to eat us. There's, you know, big storms and hurricanes that cause giant swells to envelop the ship. You know, sometimes I dream that there's even assassins on the boat itself that come and try to take the ship.
Did something happen in your life around the time when these dreams began?
Oh, okay. So I'm personally. So he lies to you. He tells you that he says no, nothing happened, nothing of any sorts. But yeah, it's very obvious to you that he's not telling the whole truth.
I mean, it could be anything, you know, like a significant other leaving you, something happening on the boat, the explosion. I guess that could be traumatic. You know, I used to have nightmares when I was little, and they started after. After.
There's nothing. I do appreciate your help, lady.
Oh, you can just call me Nim. Everybody calls me Nim.
Well, the lady Nim. I appreciate it, but I'm not feeling so well, and I'm afraid I might need that bucket again soon. If you wouldn't mind seeing yourself out.
Oh well. Okay. If you do want to talk, you know, I mean, it's not that big of a boat. You could probably find me, and you know, I'm pretty good at listening, and yeah.
Again, I thank you. But I'm sure I'll be fine. I'm tended to by Turd. Turd will take care of me, and everything will be fine.
Whoops.
Screaming little one.
Sorry.
Yeah, he seems very insistent that you leave, though. No, he's
All right. Well, I kind of pull my sleeves over my hands and then pick up the bucket and put it next to his bed, and then I back out of the room. All right, I'll just be downstairs, you know, down or upstairs. I don't know which way this works. Boats are confusing. Okay, I'm leaving. I'm out the door now. Bye. You muted.
Anybody else doing anything this evening? My bad.
I go up to the rafters and pull out a scroll and start reading aggressively. But sneakily.
In the rafters?
I will at some point find Ashrat and tell him about our contest in the morning and all of the rules that were put forth. No armor, you know, bind the weapons so that they're non-lethal. And I will also tell him, be prepared for treachery. There was... I don't have a great feeling about it. Let's put it this way. There's the prick of instinct. You know, that feeling in the back of your mind that you ought not ignore.
Interesting.
All right, so you guys.
Will you tell Ashrat that? So then you see me like I pop down on my tail. I'm like, wait, treachery? So we're going to have to fight to kick some ass?
You just worry about finding the pendant.
If it's there, don't worry. And then I like see that I have my scroll in front of your face, and I'm like, oh, and I like go back up into the rafters. And when you see for that brief second, this is like I have now the scroll out. It is like the most ornate like wooden handles that are like shaped into look like clouds, and the paper is like the richest, thickest like paper. Like it would be like rare to see around. There's probably some type of like inlay or something just in the but like for a second, and then I'd go back up. And I'm reading some more.
Okay. All right, so night descends. You guys again fall into another loving, lumberous sleep as the waves kind of soothe you guys off. When you guys are again awoken by a man screaming.
Oh God, not again. Should I just go like punch him in the face until he sleeps?
This time he's screaming. Yeah, this time he's screaming, "Rogue wave! Hold on!"
Is that like a wave that's to steal your steal your coin purse or something?
Oh, that sounds terrifying.
Strap on my sword belt, grab my shield.
And you see Asmund again run upstairs in his chonies, pissed off with his axe.
I will be right behind him this time because I did not put on my armor.
Oh yeah, I'll go to punch him in the face. I'll go too.
It doesn't mean it's okay. It's just
It's fine. It's non-lethal. I can do that easily.
He's like right above you guys too, which is funny. Like you hear this screaming coming from the deck above you.
All right, we'll go up.
Yeah, so you guys go up. You guys get on deck and enter the room where the screaming's coming from, and you guys see the first mate, Hudson, writhing in his bed, bellowing at the top of his lungs about a rogue wave, almost as if he's got his pillow like a wheel. He's trying to turn the boat, and he's like completely. His eyes are shut. He's like sleepwalking / dreaming is what's going on.
Crack my knuckles.
Yeah, no, Ulfric just walks up with the hat, like the freaking handle of his axe, and just whacks him in the chest this time.
No.
Oh, okay. I go up too.
The captain.
He's not a punching bag claw.
Yeah. He wakes up.
He's first mate, not the captain.
Yeah. Yeah, he wakes up and you guys doing anything before the captain?
I'm just cracking my knuckles. I'm waiting.
No, I'll just stand up inside.
I kind of look up at Asmund with my hands on my hips, and there might potentially be a better way to deal with these. If I think maybe hitting him really hard like that every night might make things worse in the long run.
Asmund looks at you and he's like, well, he doesn't sleep the rest of the night because he's in too much pain to sleep. Seems to work for me.
I think we're just creating a new problem here, maybe. But yeah, you know better.
The captain comes bursting in, and he's like, "God damn it, Hudson!" He's like, "I'm tired of this. All right, you're getting off of the next port, and you're pulling first watch during the evening shift every night, so at least some of the passengers can get some sleep before you go screaming off in your sleep." And Hudson's like barely waking up, groggy, not even sure what the hell happened, like holding his chest in pain. And he's like, I'm sorry, Captain. I don't know what's going on. Yeah. And he's like, and he like coughs and like a little bit of blood comes up with it.
Oh, have we ever considered making him wear a gag when he goes to bed?
Asmund just walks out and the captain just is like, no? You don't think he'd suffocate? Have you seen his nose? I don't...
Can you breathe out of your nose just fine? I ask him.
He's like, for now, until Asmund punches me in it to wake me up one night.
Try having him wear it. Try tying a cloth in his mouth and see if that helps.
And Captain Greg looks at Hudson. He's like, I'll have a talk with Esmond, and I will make sure that he doesn't come up to wake you guys up anymore. And he looks at you guys, and he's like, if you guys wouldn't mind being the ones to come up here and wake him up, so Esmond doesn't kill him.
Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm on the case.
He's like, well, you guys best get some rest. Yeah. He's like, I'm sorry about this. I'm afraid I might have to refund some of the passengers their money. They keep complaining. So,
right.
That's it. That's pretty much it. Guys, you got any more questions?
No, I'll go back to bed because Ashrat and I have to be up at first light.
Yeah. Guys, go ahead and roll me some fortitude saves.
Oh no.
Again, I can roll these as a group, but I'm going to make you guys roll.
All of us?
Yeah, there we go. Roll me them.
The fuck? I am rolling so bad today.
Oh.
Damn.
Is this to like for sleep or something?
Yeah.
All right, I guess I use the hero point. I don't want to have a be.
Yeah, you guys are like groggy the next day, so. Wow, you got the
like
+8 to your fortitude. Damn. Oh, you are a barbarian. Yeah, that makes sense.
Using all that con.
Yeah.
Thick.
You using the last hero point on this?
I guess so. Yeah, I don't have
Okay.
fatigue, so. I finally have good saves and everything. If
Okay.
13.
Yeah, you guys are all good. 13 is what you needed, so.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys are fine. Yeah, you guys wake up. You guys are a little bit groggy, like after a couple nights of like broken sleep. Not terrible, but not the most pleasant. All right, so who wants to go first? What do you guys want to do first?
Well, I guess I'll steal into the kitchens, see if they'll give me some amount of food before we do this training thing.
Yeah, it's generally pretty early. They're prepping. You might be able to convince them to give you something though. They might have some like apples or something in there for you.
Yeah, I'll try and. So my friend and I have to train with Asmund, and I'll kind of like roll my eyes and shake my head this morning, and I was hoping you might be able to spare some food before we go and do our training.
Ragnar, again, is in there up and early. Dude only sleeps like 4 hours a night, I swear. Like, he's in the kitchen all the time. He's like, are you sure you want food? You're liable to puke it up all over the deck. Might just want to save it for afterwards, so we're not wasting anything.
Ashrat, what do you think?
I'm good until later.
All right, we'll wait.
Okay.
Well, while he went and was acting to him, I want to steal 2 apples to make them.
You're going into.
Yeah.
I guess roll it.
Stealth or thievery?
I believe. Give me a thievery check.
It's exactly the same modifier.
Yeah.
Oh boy!
You're stealing
did I
items.
get the meats? Did I get some meats?
There's actually no. You steal the items you're aiming for. I actually
Okay.
found the actual action for it, which is kind of cool. Finally,
Which one?
the steal action.
Steal? Yeah.
I knew it
Alright,
was in
so
there. I
went
just
to
couldn't
go-
find it. Yeah.
So I go back and I hand him some like apple and whatever else I grabbed.
Couple
Yeah,
of
always
few
always
apples.
before you break in the place, you have to be well fed.
Well, that seems logical. You see her, she's taking off some of her wristbands and digging through a bag, like a little leather satchel, and pulling some more out and putting a couple more on, and kind of looking at her book and looking at her bands, and has the apple in her mouth. And all right, I'm a thief now. That's exciting.
So I will be shirtless and obviously not wear any armor. I'll take my shield and I'll bind my longsword, but I will still have my short sword strapped to my belt.
Okay. Yeah. All right. There's a couple guards up there. Some of the guards from yesterday. They're bruised. Like their arms are like beat up and bruised. Like one of them's got like a nice big like black eye. And Asmund's out there doing yoga with his warm-ups, with his axe in his hands. He's out there just like yogaing it up. Getting all limber. He's out there. It's cold too, and he's out there shirtless. He's got like his pants on. That's about it. This guy's like ripped too. This guy is honestly probably pretty intimidating to look at. It's like he trains every day. All right, so he looks around and counts you guys. He's like, ooh, it's gonna be a tough one. So you 5 against me should be about fair. Should be about an equal fight. You guys are gonna get so destroyed. He's like, yeah, or do you want to do this 1-on-1? It's up to you guys. And the guards are like, 5-on-1, like the 3 that were there yesterday. But it's up to you two.
Sure.
Like, unless the 2 new guys want to, try on their own.
Oh, you just pissed him off.
I know.
Glad I wasn't there too, or I would have gone to my own version.
What do you think, Ashrat?
Ashford just raged, dude.
Let's go.
All right. So, how many do you want to do with the other 3 guards? Or you guys are going to think you can be able to handle them by yourselves?
Well, they seem to have their heart set on having it 5-on-1. So I guess we'll try 5-on-1.
Well, they'll be like, yeah, you guys can do 2-on-1. That's fine. That means we don't have to fight. Like,
They're just like terrified.
yeah. After yesterday.
It would be a shame for you guys to miss your training this morning.
Oh, I'm sure we'll get plenty of training. It just gives us a few more minutes before the inevitable.
Come on, let's
All right.
let's have a go.
Okay, we'll make this.
I will have wrapped my hands, by the way,
Okay, yeah.
so I don't cut him up.
So we'll just consider everything non-lethal. I'm not going to make any damage penalties or anything like that. We'll just go with it. The boat. All right, stop sharing sheet, share sheet. Go ahead and drop your tokens up on the top deck for me.
I have no idea how to do that.
I lost the boat. There it is. There's the boat.
I got you. That's right.
So how would I do that?
So you open up the combat tracker on the top right. You'll have the 2 cross swords, and you should be able to drag your token over. I don't know if you actually can or not.
Okay.
Got it. But most of this is going to be theater of the mind. The tokens are mainly just on here for some of the rolls.
Understood.
So, all right.
I cannot seem to grab my token.
No, okay, I'll drag you over. Not a big deal. But actually, let's take 5 minutes real quick. Everybody can go grab refill drinks and stuff like that, and then we will come back to this.
Okay.
All right with everybody?
Smoking.
All right. All
To be
right.
fair, we're all a pretty eccentric group.
Yeah, we're all
Yeah.
pretty eccentric.
I mean, when I can just not talk for 15 minutes, it's great because you guys just role play and just come up with your own story. So it works for me. Oh, seriously, like I like that.
Always the goal, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, sweet, let me do stuff.
Always the goal.
All right, so to kind of recap, Ulfric and Ashrat have challenged the fearless Asmund to a training duel, so no threat of dying here. And he's also brought along 3 of the other guards on deck. So it's a 5-on-1 battle against this guy just to kind of warm him up for the day. Wait, can you guys move the tokens?
I totally can.
That is... What the
I can apparently move Ashret too.
I can move everybody.
I cannot move Ashrat.
That's weird. I'll have to figure that out. Oh well.
Why is there 4 of these?
I don't know. I don't even know where the other one came from. Okay, stop moving tokens. Stop moving tokens. Oh my god, stop moving tokens. You're making more of them.
I didn't do it.
Dude, they're like rabbits, okay?
They just keep multiplying.
Multiply.
I'm gonna put you two up as these guys kind of like backed off.
Punishment.
Yeah. Cowards.
All right, go ahead and roll initiative if you haven't already. I don't think you guys have. That's old. We will remove fast wall because he doesn't need to be on here anymore.
Yeah, I saw that. Well, if I die, it's probably what I'll play something. That character.
All right, I'm gonna reveal their initiatives. Go figure, right? Oh, you can see there. So 7, 9, 23. Actually, one of the guys rolled pretty well. I'm just gonna roll odd or even. Ulfric, what do you want?
Odd.
Okay. Okay, he doesn't go after you. Asmund, he kind of in a yoga pose as you guys are all kind of standing there, kind of ready. Like cracks his neck and then kind of rushes towards Ashrat. Wielding his axe in 2 hands, he will attack you with it. Wow, that's a great start to the day, guys. Wait, why did that roll? Oh, I didn't target, that's why. Okay. Okay, that makes sense why stuff wasn't working right. Okay, it was the same dice. It was just a modifier change. I was like, wait, why is there no modifiers on that? I'm targeting you. What the
Yeah, I gotta figure out how to target again.
There's a thing up top. The target mode.
Okay. 3rd time, because I wasn't targeting you. Okay, 17.
Hey, we actually saw it this time.
Alright, so he just smacks you with his great axe, Ashrat. And he looks over at Ulfric. And he says in a very loud, like kind of screaming tone, what does he say to you? Oh yeah, he turns to you, he says, don't worry, you're next. And then when you're unconscious, we'll just throw you overboard. And then he's actually just gonna try to intimidate you. Let me pull up a sheet.
Doesn't sound terribly nice.
No,
Just throw me
it's
over.
not. Just to hesitate you. There we go. Okay. Ooh, that was actually pretty good. 25 against your will DC, I believe, for demoralize. It's against will, right? I'm not crazy.
It's against Will DC.
Okay.
I'm guessing. My suspicion is that critically succeeds because my will save is only like 3.
Yeah, so you'll be 13, so yeah, it'll be a critical success. So you will
So you'll
be
be frightened 2.
oh no.
I think that's the first time anybody's ever tried to demoralize us.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I didn't want to. I don't like.
All my bard stuff is for like getting like helping with fear effects.
Okay. You guys got feared, but nobody's ever like, yeah, just straight up demoralized. I didn't have like any NPCs that could like really. All right, so that'll be his turn. Ashrat.
I'm just gonna knock him out.
Okay.
Of course, this is not slashing, it's bludgeoning.
Ooh, damn.
Nice.
Natural 20.
Yeah, I don't think you were
Oh.
targeting, but it's okay. Go
I
ahead and
am
roll me.
targeting. I just don't know why it's not working because he's got a little white circle around him.
Yeah, it's weird. Go ahead and just roll damage. We'll make it a crit.
This one.
Is there any other damage modifiers to that besides the
It should be +6, not +4, but yeah.
Okay, so
That's for the
10,
rage.
10
An
damage,
extra 2.
20 damage total.
Yep.
Nice. That's a good hit to start out with.
Do not have demoralize. So my next attack will be for grapple.
Ooh.
See if I can grab him. Let's see.
That should be against athletics DC.
Yep, that's
Athletics
an
against reflex, I believe. See?
That is an athletics.
Well, I think your claws only had that lower damage because they're agile, right?
No, my claws aren't agile. They're not agile and they're not finesse. I have big ham hands.
Yeah, grapples against fortitude DC, not reflex.
Okay. Some of them you can use either or, and I was curious about.
An athletics roll. Let's see.
But it has the map on it, don't forget.
Yes. I don't think it's gonna matter.
Is that with the +7? You have it's gonna be a +2, right?
Yep.
Okay, so it'll be
18.
okay. Against his fort DC. No. Unfortunately, not against him. Actually, it's just short, but you were close.
Ah well. It was a try.
That was a good one. It was a good roll. All right. You have one more action?
Might as well swing for the fences, why not?
Okay.
You never know. Not like that.
Yeah, definitely not like that. All right. Dockhand. I know there's a button to like show the movement with it. I just can't remember it. 5, 10. $20 right there. All right, so this guy. It says fist, but it's a dagger, so it's the same. Should be a short sword. I'll adjust the damage. God, this targeting system is amazing, but sometimes it doesn't work for me right. Ooh, nice. Yeah, it hits him. 5 damage. Attacks again. -5 will still hit. Oh, this guy's doing good. Jesus. Where's this guy yesterday?
I was gonna say no. None of us are wearing armor.
Yeah. Yeah, damn. Okay. That will be all 3 of his actions. But over to Ulfric.
So we'll come up to here.
Jump the box.
Yeah, jump the box and try to hit him with serpent breath.
That'll hit, but yeah, there's somewhere with the targeting. I'm gonna delete him. Delete this token. There you go. All right. Yeah, he's looking rough. Like, you guys have done some work on him already. Ashrat coming out of the gate with that crit really helped.
Then we'll throw this onto the fire. And throw this at him, too.
Yep. Not like that.
Ooh. That's unfortunate. Alright, that will be my turn.
Alright. Nim, you're not on here, right? You're not up here.
No, I'm not. I didn't even roll initiative, so I don't know how I'm there.
You're just always on the turn order.
Oh, okay.
You know what? These guys are going to cower for a turn, just to see how this plays out.
Bastards.
Come on, we've got... I'll shout at him. We've got him on the roof! Get in there!
They're gonna cower around.
Gosh.
Alright, so he is going to attempt to finish off Ashrat here. Sweep gives you a +1 when you're targeting another target, right, within 5 feet. I'm pretty sure that's what that is. Alright, so
What?
he's... Sweep gives you a +1.
Like it's 2 adjacent.
Yeah, so Ashrat and Garrett are both adjacent.
My name is not Garrett. My name is Ulfric.
Oh, not Garrett. My bad. Ulfric. Shit. Ulfric. My bad.
New characters.
Alright, so...
It basically is just like on his second attack, he gets a +1
Yeah.
circumstance bonus. Yeah.
That
To a
hits
different
me.
target.
Why didn't the damage pop?
He still has to deal with the multiple attack penalty, but yes.
There we go. Okay,
Oh,
yeah.
no.
It just like
I'm out.
clubs you in the side, and then... Yeah, he's still got to deal with the map, but it makes it a +4 compared to a +5.
Or minus, you mean minus.
Yeah, -4. Yeah.
Right, and obviously none of us are wearing armor.
I mean, who like so? Who cares?
Well, so
Yeah, who
he's got a better shot at hitting even with a
I know, I'm joking.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
I have
yeah.
19 AC with that armor on.
Yeah. This is more just like
I have no armor on again. I'm squishy.
yeah.
because I'm in plate mail when I'm not wearing armor. That's all.
I can get up to 16 without armor
Oh my god.
if I raise a shield.
That's a crit, I think, regardless.
Oh
Shit.
no! Oh no!
Yeah, I think I'm donezo.
I rolled terrible
No,
damage.
not donezo. Close to donezo, but not donezo.
Oh man, that damage on those dives was terrible. And then this will be at a -10. Ooh, I think I still got you though.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, he's gonna end up just... Yeah, this guy's... You're not supposed to be able to beat this guy, so he's just gonna pummel you into the dirt. But he doesn't try to kill you, alright? He wasn't ever going to try to kill you. The fight kind of goes on as you guys kind of like groan. You guys are still conscious. He quickly dispatches the dockman. One of them, he, again, almost puts overboard. He like, instead of like, he kicks him backwards, and he like teeters, and like he grabs the guy's leg at the same time and parrying one of the other guy's blows as they kind of like finally rush up to try to help. But like pulls the guy back on the boat and doesn't actually let him go over.
Cowards.
Yeah, you guys all probably were like this close to having him with the other 2 guards, so I'm sorry. It would have been close.
Yes, I know. You held back. You held back the other 2 guards because you knew we would have finished him otherwise.
Honestly, there's a possibility. I think it would have been really close, but
I don't know. If I would have got to hit him again, he'd have been toasty.
Yeah. That's why I kind of left it up for you guys to see if he was
But
going to
I
do it.
didn't, so he wasn't.
Yeah, I wasn't supposed to crit you either, and you were supposed to finish him. Was how I was hoping that was, but yeah. So he puts away his weapon and kind of dries off, and he helps you 2 up. And he's like really broken into a sweat. Where you guys have landed, like he's clearly going to be bruised. And smiles and helps you guys up and claps you on your shoulder, and he says, "You fight like your father did," and then just at that just walks away.
We're just gonna like, fuck.
Flew right into the radar, not under it.
Right, apparently. Said too much.
All right. So again, you guys downstairs. So you guys, you only have a couple minutes. This fight didn't last very long.
Well, we would have gone down like before the actual fight started too.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a whole time where he was doing yoga on the deck, and
But once you hear the sounds of fighting, you guys only have a couple minutes.
Okay.
Not that your characters would know that. But... All right.
So I can cast a message like this, and then it'll go into your head, and then you can respond to it, and it'll go back. So it's like you can respond to this message. Over.
What? I'm right next to you. Why? What are you doing?
Respond to the message. I don't know. I can do sneaky things.
Did you do message in my ear? But you're like right next to me, so I don't realize that you cast a spell.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, I'm responding to your message.
But it works really far away too.
No, don't yell. We have to remain whispering. Okay, come on. We have to hurry up.
Okay, I'm coming.
All right. Let's go to his cabin. Okay, go.
Yeah.
Keep the lookout. I will try to break into his door.
All right, I'll look out. Actually, I'm going to open up my coat again, pull out this fluffy white spider,
Oh,
and then put her
okay.
on.
I'm not hungry right now, but maybe after the thievery.
No! Don't.
It's very kind of you. It's very kind of you to offer me a crispy spider right now, but
If you eat her, I will kill you in your sleep and then bring you back and then do horrible things to you many, many times over.
oh wait, is that a pet?
Yeah, kind of.
Oh, okay, cool. I go and I pet him.
Oh, thank you. I'm going to send my little spider familiar friend further, like towards the deck area, like hanging out on the ceiling, that kind of thing, that she can climb, and have her stay there. And if she sees a bunch of sweaty men coming in her direction, to emote panic to me so I can panic. And I will remain outside of Asmund's door and keep guard.
Or you can come in too. I just mean like what? I'm picking the line. First, I check. Is the door open, medic?
Yeah.
It's just open.
Yeah, it's open.
I mean, first I'll like look. Is there anybody on the other side? Or
Give me 1 sec. I just rolled that. I figure you're probably like looking at
okay.
I don't want you to know numbers on this one.
Okay.
Looking at it. Oh, I was under the wrong tab. There we go.
Also, I'm all out of hero points. I'm gonna need your help with this one.
Oh, okay.
As you open the door, a pretty common thing for some people to do, especially in an environment like this with doors with no locks, you hear like a light clink as like a piece of wood was set up against the other side of the inside of the door, so like to trigger it to let them know if anybody come in. So you see that, you catch that as that happens.
I grab it out of there really quick, like a vapor.
Yeah, like falls off the top of the door.
I know all of
So
that.
we'll need to put that back.
Okay, let's go search in there.
All right.
It's like there's like this much whiskey in the bottom of the little glass bottle that was mounted up there.
Don't drink it. Okay, look around. What are we talking about? Any amulets? Any valuables? What we got?
All right, so inside this room, there is a chest. The wall is adorned with an assortment of different weapons. A fierce-looking longbow sits mounted up above the head of his hammock, as well as like a couple quivers of arrows. In here is a desk, a writing table. There's a bear fur rug that kind of like adorns the little room that he has, and a couple bottles of liquor and stuff mingled in there. and then he has coats and some clothes hanging up on the walls. So pretty barren besides a large chest that's in the room.
I'll say I'm gonna go start checking like places where somebody would hide something, like my, being who I am. So like maybe like a false bottom of a drawer, or like under the carpet, or under the mattress, and I'm like,
Okay,
maybe
give
in the
me.
chest, but sometimes people.
This is gonna be an investigation then, because you're looking for all those nooks and crannies.
Okay.
So yeah, you can go ahead and roll that. Nim, what are you doing? Because I'm assuming.
Roll what?
Oh shit! Is there no investigation? I thought there was.
Oh yeah, there's no investigation.
Oh my god, I'm crazy.
Perception.
I thought there. Yeah, perception. Sorry.
Ivy.
My bad. It's pretty good.
You also.
I mean, I guess I would be doing something. I wouldn't be looking for false. I'd probably be looking in slightly more obvious places, just because it probably wouldn't occur to me. Maybe under the pillow.
You check under the pillow. There's nothing there.
Yes, because he takes the amulet out every night and kisses it before he goes to bed.
I don't know what kind of person he is.
Maybe.
He could be a weirdo.
You check under the pillow, and I lied. There's a small dagger that's hidden there. Probably not uncommon. You search the writing desk. There's like some quill and ink that are in like a fur-lined box, probably used to keep it from vibrating with the ship's motion and stuff like that. The table's mounted to the floor, and so is the chest. Can't like pick up the chest and take it, but you want to look inside the chest. Other than that, there's really.
What about the pockets of his coat?
Oh, you want to check the pocket of his coat?
Yeah.
You find a used hanky in one of them, and the other ones are empty. And the last one on the wall, you find there's a couple copper pieces in there.
Mundane. Did you find anything?
No. Let's go to the chest.
Okay.
First, I will look for traps.
Yeah, go ahead and roll it. Oh, I guess I need to roll it. Disregard. I got it. Okay. Doesn't seem to be trapped.
I'll try to open it.
Okay, you open the chest.
Do you have any magic that helps with this kind of stuff?
If no, not this stuff in particular.
Just opens?
Yeah, just opens. Inside's like a lot of clothes, and you're kind of digging through. There's a uniform in there, some sort of military uniform. You dig down below, and you find his coin pouch, or a coin pouch, at the bottom.
What's in the coin pouch?
Coins. Silver pieces, it looks like. No, gold. Mainly just silver.
I'll take out 2 silver pieces and replace it with 2 copper pieces.
Okay.
Do we recognize what kind of military uniform it is?
Give me society, unless you have a lore that might indicate here.
No, I do not.
I mean, if it's from this one, then I can roll lore, but...
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's really good. Alright, I will give you that information here in a second. Let me pull it up and give it to you. But it is from the area you guys just left, so the land of the Linnorm Kings.
Okay. So a local. Huh, I wonder if he knows Ulfric.
I mean, do all you guys know each other up there?
I don't know.
Let's see. So also digging through there, you guys don't find any jewelry or anything like that. Mainly it's just clothes. There's assortments of knickknacks, some hand-carved pieces, probably some sort of board game, as well as like an elephant of sorts that's like half finished. Like the trunk's there, but like the back half of this elephant's not finished carved. Probably just something he does in his spare time.
Any like false bottoms in this chest?
Give me a perception check.
I tell you that
roll.
too.
I tell you that I'll roll it.
Okay, but I tell Nix or Nim as well.
See, would I be able to? try to aid him. I'm not sure if I'm much better.
Just if you look also.
Yeah, you can just give me
okay.
give me a perception check too, and I'll add it to his roll over here. Because you guys are both in the same thing, like.
We're both digging our
Yeah.
heads.
Okay, yeah, that'll be a success. You guys actually do end up finding a false bottom of this thing. You guys actually got enough, barely.
Oh. Little slidey. See what we get.
Yeah, you kind of like reach down there and push, and like an edge of a board kind of pops up a little bit. You pull it up. In the bottom of this is a very finely engraved dagger with a jewel set in it, and very clearly there's a rune of sorts also set into the blade.
Oh god.
Probably the most valuable thing in this chest.
Oh god. I should roll like a saving throw or something.
No.
I'm gonna roll a will saving throw.
Oh no. What kind of rune is this?
Oh, that's not good.
Are you okay?
I'm grabbing the dagger.
You'll know we were here if you take that.
But it's so pretty. Look at it, and there's a rune or something. I don't know what that is, but it looks cool. It looks like it could be useful.
Yeah, but you know what is also useful? Not getting your neck snapped.
Oh, roll persuasion on me.
You mean diplomacy? Nope.
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 Oh,
You guys are have 2 hero points. Not usually you a hero roll in this, but I know you say that. I hear there's words coming in, but like, you got to have the get things good when they get things good. You know what I mean?
I don't know what any of the words you said just mean.
Okay. There's no amulet though, right?
No, there's no amulet.
All right, let's just put things back mostly the way they were before. I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything happen. Nope.
I feel really bad about this, but
Oh, you should feel so bad.
Horrible rolls. There's no amulet, but there's this.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm. I mean, I feel like I should make another will. I don't know. It's the GM at this point.
No, it's completely up to you, man. I know that. I know the outcome of this one.
I would say it'd be fair as you're putting everything back to make another one.
Yeah.
Nim is definitely panicking.
You are panicking. Okay, that's a really good one. So can I can't pop the gem off or anything, right?
No, it's pretty much in there. You'd have to like break the handle to get this thing off.
Well, I did steal some silver, so that's fine. All right, I'll put it back. Nim, can you remember what this looks like?
You mean like the rune?
Well, the whole thing.
The whole thing? I can try my best.
Okay.
If I guess first of all, do I recognize what kind of rune it is, just to make it easier to remember, maybe?
It is a large opal set into the center of this hill.
Ooh.
I mean, large for a dagger.
I mean, an opal big enough to be on a dagger is probably still pretty big.
Yeah.
Opal searching.
Okay.
All right, let's put the wood that fell back so he doesn't know we were here.
All right.
All right. You guys done in there? You guys gonna steal his coats and just all of his socks too? No. All of his left socks?
Oh, I will steal. Yes, you're right. I will steal a single left sock.
Yeah, I figured as much. Okay,
That's a little bit more discreet. That's fine.
Okay, this is basically goblins are responsible for all socks. Only having one.
Are you a free goblin now?
All right, let's put the wood back. Okay, let's go.
As you're leaving, you hear.
Don't forget about your tasty friends.
She's keeping watch, I think.
Yeah, you hear the sounds of fighting upstairs, and you hear Ashrat, his normal sounds when it makes combat, and the thumps and the thuds, and then you hear something large and massive hit the floor, and then you just come out to this outcome of the guy, like there's just bodies everywhere, like moaning on the ground, and Asmon's just like cleaning up and helping everybody up, and slaps Ulfric on the back.
I wasn't smart too.
Oh, you're gonna get destroyed. He pats you on the head, and he says that, and he just walks downstairs.
Okay, now I really want to fight it.
So Ulfric's gonna get his sword and it lug his shield like he can't really feel his left arm and kind of stumble over. Did you guys find out anything?
We couldn't find the amulet, but he had a really cool dagger hidden away.
Okay. What else did you find?
I hand you a sock.
I toss it overboard.
Good call. That was it.
I don't know if there was something in there. It was hidden really well, but I'm not sure he had what we were looking for. We looked really well. We definitely we looked really hard.
But what all did you find?
We found the dagger hidden away.
Right, dagger and a sock.
There's a dagger under his pillow. There was a hanky in one of his things. There's some money. There's some correspondence. Things are bolted down. There's lots of weapons. A heck ton of weapons. There's a uniform. It looks like he was from around where. I mean, we were.
Did he have a snarling wolf head on the uniform?
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, he did actually.
Motherfucker. Okay.
Is that a bad thing?
Not a bad. No, it depends. Okay. Did you happen to read any of the letters?
No, there probably wouldn't have been time.
Okay.
Did you, this is out of character. Did you guys put the trap back?
Yeah.
The indicator?
Yeah.
That's a good thing you brought that up.
No, we said that. We said that too.
Okay.
Yeah, we said we put the wood back as we were leaving.
Yeah. I give a silver to Ashrat.
So with all of the contextualized information, do I have any idea who this guy is?
Somehow he's linked to whatever your history or past somehow.
Well, obviously.
Yeah. Who he is, you have no idea. He seems to know who you are, though.
Right. Obviously.
Yeah.
And I know at the least that he and the uniform confirms my suspicions. Okay.
And what's that? What are your suspicions? You can tell me your suspicions out of character.
The uniform confirms my suspicions that he is one of my father's warriors, or was.
Yeah. Okay.
At the very least.
You thought he was gonna try to kill you.
Look, man.
He could still try to do that.
Right.
Yeah, I did steal some coins from him, so. And that sock.
And the sock.
Alright, so I think our fifth and final player is finally available to play, so we're going to take a quick break and get him in here. And so he can join in on some of the fun.
Okay, so we should at least report to our...
Hey, get out of there.
Alright, so we're back. So this is Hunter, everybody. Everybody, Hunter, everybody. Yeah. They already know each other, but I tried. Alright, so where do we leave off? You guys didn't steal the dagger. You guys met up, and I think you guys were discussing about talking to your employer.
Yep, that was our next step. Was hey, we tossed his cabin, didn't find the pendant you were looking for.
Oh no, the next step was you guys were gonna distract him while we go and search his quarters.
No, that was not the plan. that was your plan.
That's three of four of our plans. So, right? Ashrat is on board with this.
I will cut. I will cut you a deal. We will go talk to him. What you do in that time is up to you.
Okay, so you will distract him. Remember, okay,
No,
that's right. Challenge
no.
him to a arm wrestling duel.
We will talk to him. What you do in that time is up to you.
Yeah, but like talk to him. You know what I mean? Like keep him going. Okay. Okay, let's go.
Oh boy.
All right.
Nim,
I'm
we
sneaking
need a secret handshake.
We
Nim,
do.
are you
That'd be super
Nim?
cool.
Nim, are you going with him? Are you going with him, or are you coming with me?
I could do either. I'm pretty distracting. Not gonna lie, I'm pretty distracting. But also, I was really good at sneaking. I did some sneaking and I did some looking around. It was really exciting.
Go be his conscience.
I can do that.
Why do we need to distract him again, by the
Or not him.
Different
Fancy
person.
pants.
The dude who was like hiring us.
I wrote it down.
way? The captain?
No, the
Actually-
adventurer noble dude.
He never
I don't
introduced
know if we
himself.
actually asked his name.
You guys never asked his
The Blue
name.
Raven guy.
What's his name?
Nope.
Anyway, I'm going to go find him and try to get him, to talk with me.
Or I could just go find him and throttle the shit out of him because I like
No,
the other
no.
guy more.
No. Let's not do that. We
Yeah,
don't.
Get into an arm wrestling match. You're good to
We
that.
don't need the Silver Ravens coming after us.
Okay. Let's go.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna try and find our guy and give him a report.
All right, so he's downstairs. He has a what looks like a folding chair of sorts, like a camping chair he has out, and around him seem to be a lot of the passengers, and he's kind of like leaning forward on his knees, like recanting a tale with like big dramatic arm motions about one of his adventuring parties got lost in some woods, and they were attacked by like a large monstrosity of a bear that had recently deceased and reanimated. And he talks about how he himself, fought some of the tyrants' armies, and just kind of goes off and like telling tales about some of his adventures. None of them seem super far-fetched. It's not like he's like, oh, I slayed a dragon. But he kind of goes off, and a lot of the people.
The owlbear one sounds like bullshit to me.
Yeah.
Well, reputation is all that lives on after death.
Oh, that's by the way, Lionheart, that was totally our first session of the other game.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
the very
yeah.
first session of the other game. It was an undead owlbear. Giant undead owlbear. Yeah. But yeah, the crowd's like oohing and awing, and there's like a few chicks goggling him. He's a pretty handsome looking man. Full beard. He's in very nice clothing, armor. Why he's still wearing his armor, I'm not sure. Maybe it's part of his facade, but whatever it is. Yeah, aesthetic. But yeah, he kind of sees you guys and quickly concludes his story. And when he finishes, the crowd kind of hums and ahs and asks for another story. And he kind of quiets them down. And he's like, "No, friends, another day, another night. I have a few things I wish to talk to these guards about." And he stands up and walks towards your guys' direction. And he's like, shall we go up on deck?
Yeah, that would probably be best.
I don't know where you have a secret conversation on a boat, but I think
Right.
On deck would probably be the best because it's
Yeah.
loud.
yeah.
On
Right.
deck.
On a snail boat like this, under the steering platform is probably the captain's quarters.
Yep.
So cannot go there. Maybe under the prow, maybe the prow platform.
Yeah, I mean, you guys do what you can to find a place for it.
Right.
Yeah, and he's like, you look like you have news. Something you wish to tell me? Did you find what we
Well,
were looking for?
we swept his rooms and did not find the amulet you were looking for.
And he kind of leans forward, troubled, and scratches his head. I'm sure he's the one. He must be the one. He must be hiding it. Maybe you guys need to go back in and look again.
It'd be awfully hard to get back in there. It's pretty hot. We found a hidden compartment in his trunk and found a dagger, but no pendant.
A dagger? What did this dagger look like?
Had a opal on it with a rune.
Probably some heirloom or something like that. She kind of like waves it away. Like, well, you guys content in your search then, or do you plan to search more?
We gave it a pretty thorough look over, checked all his drawers, found that hidden compartment, checked under the bed, didn't seem to find anything. Checked his coat pockets.
Who actually did the searching?
Nim and Claw.
The girl
sorry.
in the small one.
Are you two there?
No, we're searching his
No.
quarters.
I know, but I'm just asking the question again.
No.
He does want to talk to you though, so he brings that up that he wants to talk to them too. He's like, just to make sure I can pick their brains and make sure they didn't see anything that might be peculiar. Telling me this information secondhand. Whoever they are, find them, bring them to me, and I'll wait here for a moment.
Very well. Ashrat, you want to go try and find our friends?
Wait here. And I go lazily look about the ship where I know they aren't.
Okay.
And in the meantime, I will try and distract our friend with questions about who he thinks Asmund is.
Okay. We'll get back to some of those, but let's jump down to the guys in his actual quarters. So, there's a lot of people down there, especially still kind of hanging out where he was kind of telling his story. So slipping in there may be kind of difficult at the moment just because of how many people are like down here. But they're talking about the Gentleman's Tale. They mentioned Staith's tale specifically, Stath. And how he's such a strong, brave, handsome warrior. What do you guys want to do?
Do you think maybe one of us should try to distract them?
I can like start punching the wall or something.
I don't know. That might get you in trouble.
It does happen a lot.
I can tell. Let me see.
Like I'll start beating the shit out of a tree, or beating the shit out of a rock, or somebody's chair, or an armoire, and they're always like, "Oh, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm training."
I mean, that seems reasonable. Maybe we should like get you something that's like punchable.
Like a dresser,
or a bag. You can fill it like beans or something. I don't know.
A bag with beans? That's crazy.
Do I look like I do a lot of punching to you?
All right, let's focus on the task. By the way, a bag of beans is like the perfect thing for somebody to turn on.
We'll work on it. Okay, I know. Yes. I will distract them, or do my best to distract them, and maybe you can sneak because I think you're a little quieter than I am.
Oh, how about your friend comes with me?
Yeah, let's do that.
I promise I won't eat her.
I don't know. It changes. I just call her most of the time.
Whatever is good to me. Okay, so I'll just take her with me.
Wait, I'll release my tarantula onto you.
Yeah, I'm cool with it.
Please don't eat her.
I'm not going to eat her. Okay. You distract.
All right, I want to. I don't think I'm going to be very good at this because I'm not. Do you have to be trained to do the created? No, wait. Created diversion is something completely different because it only applies to you. I'm just going to try to distract them, and I want to find.
Essentially, it's pretty much the same thing, but yeah.
Yeah.
You have like
I want
cantrips and shit, right? You can do magic.
I do.
And, yeah.
I mean, I'm just not very good at lying. I want to use ghost sound to try to make it sound like a woman screamed from like back where I guess what does the room look like first of all?
So let me share the sheet again. I'll share the boat.
Yeah. Oh yeah, just wherever we are.
So his bedroom's right there.
And there's all people up and down this hallway.
Yeah, there's
this,
people mixed in there, sitting on the crates, hanging around the crates.
Let's see. I'm gonna wait for, I guess, for Claw to disappear like a little bit away, and then I want to make it sound like a woman has screamed from like behind where I am.
Okay.
If you're using a spell, it actually uses your DC, not. It's like it's an illusion, ghost sound. So,
oh,
yeah,
that'll be better.
What's the DC?
it's on 298 for all those rules for the illusion rules.
Where to go? I'll just drop ghost sound here. My DC is where is that?
It should be trained plus your intelligence plus your level. I know plus 10.
10, so 17.
Right? Isn't that it? I think so.
Okay.
Oh no, wait, trained. Yeah.
All right, so you're pretty much casting on the other end of the boat.
Yeah. And when that happens, when that happens, I'll be like, the spirit, it's down here.
All right. So you're gonna get. Okay, that's what I thought it was. Okay, you're gonna get 4 rounds in there. Does that make sense?
Oh, for
For
Claw
him to, for Claw to kind of sneak in
really?
and do it. Yeah.
Okay.
I rolled a nat 1, so people are kind of like panicking, like immediately assume the worst.
Okay.
Yeah. So because
is this quarters or is this his like bed area?
his like bed area.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
All right. So
Like-
there's nobody in there, so you go in. People kind of like looking towards the screen. A few people jump off the crates and begin to move towards it. You hear footsteps of multiple people running up the stairs. So as you slip in, there's the very clean blankets that are like very, very nice and looks like fox fur, maybe minx. Like, and it's a big one too. Probably pretty pricey. There's a small lockbox at the base of the bed, as well as looks to be like a big bag of adventuring gear stowed underneath there as well. Other than that, that's it.
Go to the lockbox.
Okay, it's locked.
Yeah, I'll try to pick it.
Okay, it's not open.
Yeah. It's called the lockbox for a reason, right?
Yeah.
I have thieves' tools and thieves.
Okay, that's what's gonna ask long as these. Let's go ahead and roll it.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe I'll actually roll well for once tonight.
Okay. So this will be 1 round. Move. Look. Pick. Oh
Are you
God.
fucking kidding me?
Nope. You get in there and you jiggle it and it doesn't quite work.
Can I go again for the
Yeah,
next
you
round?
go right next one. Yeah.
Come on. Okay, that's better. But I mean, I don't know.
Not quite. You get in there, you get the pins, and then like there's one more pin
All right,
you
I'll
can't
use a
get.
0 point. I'll use a 0 point.
Okay.
I have 2 more rounds. Okay.
Yeah.
1 more round.
Okay.
I swear to God. Oh, there we
go.
Fuck. God damn it.
Okay, you popped it. So you're on round 3, so you got to pop. You can look around. Let me give you what you see. So inside is a pretty hefty coin purse. There's a few jewels in here as well as a couple scrolls of documents.
Okay. What kind of coins are in there?
Action to grab it, open it. Be the end of the turn. 4th round. There's gold pieces in there. I don't need a perception check for that. Silver
Actually,
pieces.
I'm just thinking, like, I mean, I'm not gonna have time to read these scrolls. Okay, so I will. Shit. Okay, yeah. Sorry. You said there's gold in there. Is there silver?
So you see a glint. You see a glint of gold, and there's silver in there as well. So there's like one or two gold pieces that you see, and then there's mostly silver pieces below.
Okay. I'll grab. Okay, he's definitely gonna know the scrolls are missing regardless, right?
Probably.
Okay, I'll grab the scrolls, and I'll grab like a handful of silver.
Okay.
And I'll replace them with copper pieces. Can I not do that in time, or that's
counting? Because you got to count them, right? Like, or are you just gonna like grab a handful and grab a handful?
I just like a handful of silver,
okay,
handful of copper back in.
That's fine.
I use my flurry of coins to.
You grab like 15 silver pieces, which isn't terrible. It's not a big bag. You can't like get a handful, so you're like reaching with your fingertips.
Totally. So I 15 silver, and I only have 8 copper, so I just shove all my copper back in.
Okay. These poor guys.
37, 42. Okay, and the scrolls, and then I'll get the fuck out.
Okay. You're gonna grab the scrolls?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Oh, okay. All right.
I mean, do I still have a round, or?
That's the end of your fourth right there.
Okay.
So you see Asmund come running down with his axe again, followed probably by a couple of the guards. We'll say guards, but yeah, guards. As they come running down, like looking for the source. You see them look around and like begin like scanning the people in the room as well. And that's pretty much that's where you're at right now. Because they're looking for who's emanating the sound. Because they realize whatever it is, it's not here.
I like point. I'm like, I heard something over there.
You're in like the far end of the room. You're like the farthest one away from them. So yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Assuming you probably slip out of there, you guys try to find your way upstairs.
Just kind of.
I gave you 3 silver pieces.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. They go around. You guys kind of like merge with the group and go upstairs. But nothing really comes of it other than talks of a spirit being on the boat now. Like the passengers are really freaked out between the bad omens of the nightmares and then a woman screaming of some sort of like haunted boat. Like many people are like asking the captain and like, hey, we're all getting off of the next dock. Like we're getting off this ship. We want our money back.
Haunted boat.
Ghost boat.
Okay, and I got these scrolls. Let's find a place to read them.
Yeah.
Okay, we go let's go in our corner or something and check these scrolls out.
Okay. So as you read through the scrolls, there's a couple. Some of them seem to be personal letters from a loved one back home. 2 of which catch your eye. One of them is a description of somebody who matches that of Asmund, even down to the tattoos themselves, and the long braided hair. Like to the T, to like so he's tattooed up, so like, you know, left side of his face has a tattoo like this, like very much like to the T is why this guy's probably so convinced that this is the guy. And that's signed by the how do you pronounce that? Ravenall City Watch of sorts. Their guard down there. The second letter is not signed by anybody, but stamped with a blue raven itself on like a wax seal. That pretty much states that Staff Cloud Helm, you're ordered to track down this murderer. Believe he possibly has information regarding some of our business. Your goal is to bring him back alive. So pretty much a bounty slip, more or less.
But not about a murder.
Yes, this murderer. He says it references this murder in there, so the two sheets they're like go together.
Do you think maybe we should try talking to Asmund?
I don't know. Seems like he was telling the truth, though, I guess.
Oh yeah, this guy at least seems legit.
I didn't get the chance to search his other areas, though, but I mean...
But I mean, if this is what he's hiding, then, I mean, could be worse. I feel kind of bad for taking his things now.
Why?
I don't know.
He's a big bloke. Look at that guy. That guy sucks. He can spare... He had a ton of gold, okay? He can spare it to give it to us. Survival of the fittest, you know what I mean? I mean, if you don't want that silver, you can give it back to me.
No, I like money.
Okay.
Money's nice. Okay, yeah, we'll just...
Don't worry. He has plenty. You know, we're out here doing good works. You know, just sharing the wealth.
That seems logical.
And I will replace it with copper. He'll never know. Okay, let's go.
Why can't I be in a party with a goblin that is not like trying to enact social change?
I'm not trying to enact social change. I'm just telling that to Nim.
Viva the revolution, brother!
No, I really don't care. It just, you know, this guy sucks. That's all.
You'd hire us.
I only care about two things. Anyways, let's go find the rest of the party. Or, I mean, you know, my friend and your friend.
Do we find Ashrat wandering around looking for us?
I find Ashrat. Okay, we looked. Seems like he's relatively on the level, but he kind of sucks anyways. But here's your cut. And I give him 4 silver.
He wants to talk to you both about the search of the other guy's quarters.
Did he seem angry?
No.
Well, let's get this over with.
Okay.
I'll bring him back.
Well, good. So timely of you guys. Thank you. First off, thank you very much for looking into this for me. So there's no symbols or, you know, any bloodstained clothing or anything like that in there. Any nothing at all that might indicate that he's a murderer. Nothing.
Not really. There was a stained handkerchief, but it wasn't stained with blood. And to be fair, if I was a murderer, I would probably get rid of the bloody clothes and stuff after I got rid of the body.
He looks depressed.
I mean, you know, we're not the best at, like, sneaking around and looking through people's stuff, so we could have missed something, but...
Any,
There was that dagger, though. Did you hear about the dagger?
Yeah, I heard about the dagger. I mean, I was just curious. It doesn't have any, doesn't pertain to anything I'm looking for. At least doesn't match the description of anything. Well, the letter that I have, you know, it very much indicates him as the murderer. Like I said, even down to the tattoos, like on the face and everything. He could have given the necklace away or anything, but would you guys, at our next port, be interested in helping me apprehend him for questioning of sorts?
You mean like restrain?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if we can restrain him. I'll kind of gesture at Ashrat. He and I, as part of our infiltration scheme, did a practice bout with him, and he mopped the floor with us.
Ah, yes. I heard he's a pretty
I hit him
skilled.
hard enough to floor 4 guys,
Yeah,
and he didn't drop.
That's problematic. Well, maybe next port we can lure him to a tavern or something and get the city guard to come in and help us out.
No.
Why not?
Because he passed your test. He doesn't have it. Yet you keep trying to pin this on him.
Give me a diplomacy. Or an intimidation, one of the two. I don't know how Ashrat comes off
I know
yet.
which one he's gonna choose.
Yeah, I know.
I'm actually trained in intimidation. Why wouldn't I use
I just
it?
don't know how you come off normally as your character yet. So
Does your frills come out when you say this?
Let's see if I can actually
Do
figure
you
out.
Jurassic Park out?
This. No, I'm calm.
Oh,
It's one of those things where he's just being a dick.
Yeah, this guy sucks.
Yeah,
See,
yeah.
I told you. Man.
he kind of takes a step back, and he kind of like, yeah, definitely takes a step back, and he says, "You're right. You're right. I'm just trying to pin this on somebody, and whether it's him or not, I need evidence. I'm so tired of being on this quest. I just want it over with, so I can finally return home." And now I'm stuck on this ship for a few more days till I can even get off and head back up to Kalsgard to start my search all over again. I'm sorry I've wasted your time. And he pulls out a coin purse off his belt and pulls out like 15 silver pieces and hands it to you, Ashrat, and kind of skulks away in a sense, like head down, like almost ashamed, like what you call him out on some shit, like. More or less.
If he's gone, I will pass the money to Claw so he can divvy it up between the group.
kind of. Once he's out of earshot, I whisper back to our other 2 party members. He's gonna be really upset when he finds out that those scrolls are missing.
We'll just put them near his, like he lost it. We'll just put them near his.
What scrolls?
We found some scrolls.
And you took them.
Well, we didn't have time to read them there.
Well,
But
Anyway,
if anything, he
leave him.
seems kind of legit.
leave him somewhere on the ship, and maybe we can pass it off as somebody else went through his belongings.
Yeah, I was already planning on doing that. All right. Okay. So, I don't know. 15 is really inconvenient for 4 people. So let's just do 4 each, and then here's another 2 for you for your take on the other scheme.
For who?
For you.
Okay.
And then with the other, that's 60. Yeah, so I'll just give everybody. I'll give you guys all 4, and I'll just because I just have another silver from the other ones. So you guys each get 4, and I'll take 3 in that.
Okay, and then I got 2. I got 2 from the other scheme.
So 6 total. Yeah, you got 6 total.
Okay.
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 When there's time, yeah, I'll go back down. And I'll put the scrolls in like somebody else's. Is there anybody else stupid on the boat?
Who do we
There's a
hate?
very dark and secluded hidden figure somewhere down below. You can put in his. That sounds pretty good. Otherwise, there's tons of people downstairs you could frame it on.
Sure.
This dark, mysterious, shady person.
Yeah, there's always
That
one of
guy.
those.
I'll just put it in his like under his mattress or
Okay.
whatever.
He looks at you as you do it and just shakes his head.
No, when he's not there.
Oh, okay.
Just walk up to this guy. Don't mind me.
And I will steal one of his socks.
Poor guy.
Okay. Well, while he's doing that, I'm gonna go find Asmund because I gotta talk to this guy.
Okay, what do you want to talk to him about?
So I'll like, I guess I'll straight up ask him like, okay, who are you?
Good sir, I'm nothing but a humble guardsman upon one of the world's greatest merchant ships.
Okay, first
The
off,
real question is,
cut,
who are you?
first off, cut the shit. This boat sucks. First off. Second off, you fight like a demon. What do you know?
What do you... Let me pull up a sheet again. I thought you guys were done with him for a minute, so I closed the sheet.
Never finished.
He looks at you, he's like, yeah, I am great, but I am not as great as Caden.
As who?
Caden. Caden Colleen.
No.
Caden.
Okay, sure, but who are you?
Then he
You seem to know who I am, or at least have some ideas. You said you fight like your father. So, who are you?
So I'm gonna kind of sum this up because I actually wrote a lot and I was like, that's a lot of info. So to kind of sum it up, he goes in and kind of pulls you aside, pulls you into his quarters, and sits down and has like a kind of a one-on-one with you. And he goes off and kind of explains how he used to work for your father. He doesn't go into detail about how or where or when, but he remembers running into you when you were young and barely able to lift the wooden sword. He was younger then, much younger. I mean, he wasn't, anybody of note back then, but he remembers you. He remembers your father. Until his father, until your father, not his father, your father, pretty much kicked him out due to some unforeseen claims that he had done some things to some women and also murdered some people in a village, which he claims he did. He straight up says, I didn't do those things, but I had an oath to your father and your lands and the people, and your father refused to believe me. And because your father pretty much let him go instead of like executing him or not, he just banished from your lands. And that man, I have so much info here. I'm really just summing it up. That he's pretty much banished, but he tries to occasionally stay close. Cal's guards pretty much as far as he goes in. He wasn't looking for you; it just kind of happened. He says you bear your father's resemblance fairly strongly, so it's kind of hard to hide. So, but I mean, he doesn't like he just says he was kind of a guardsman in the house for a time.
So
Yeah.
you don't work for Ulfric?
I mean, for enough coin, I might. I belong to no man currently. He's honest. Let's be fair.
Well, my uncle would probably offer you my head's weight in gold for it, but
He shrugs. He's like, well, he hasn't offered it to me yet.
I'll admit I was worried our mock fight would turn into something more serious.
Like, you mean more of a workout for me?
Like you taking off my head and bringing it to my uncle.
Oh. No, I mean, well, like I said, I might for the right coin, but your uncle hasn't offered me any yet. Now, we can be friends now, but next time we meet, I can't say the same if your uncle offers me. Unless you're paying me, then I might. But I don't think you have the funds to afford somebody like myself. No, I barely make enough working on the ship.
No, not likely. Well, I will be off this ship in a few days' time, so you won't have to worry about me much. You don't have to concern yourself with that much longer.
He shrugs. He's like, I mean, if you want, or I can teach you how to fight. If you want to stay longer, it's up to you. You were looking for oh shit, what's his name again?
Jarl Ranulf.
Yes, that was it. He says you can stop by on your way back. We're coming back up north anyways. A few months with me, you might be able to learn a thing or two.
I might just do that. Well, that's all I really have for him.
Okay. Hopefully you got what you wanted.
Yep.
Cool. All right. So, anybody else doing anything this evening?
Nope, not me.
I guess I go to Claw after a bit and say, about that secret handshake. Are we gonna still do that, or is that just like a joke? Or
I mean, we could. I mean, do you know one?
no, I've never had one before.
I mean, me and Ashrat just kind of like bump chests, or we do like a predator shake, and he swings me around.
How does you have to like jump up like to bump chest with? How does that work?
I just do a flip and chest bump him.
Oh wow, that's really cool.
We can do something. But what do you want to do? What are we talking about? Like a 5-step process? Or they're taking hand movements?
Maybe we should start simply. I don't have the best memory. I tend to forget.
Okay. All right. So you put your leg under my leg like this.
Yeah.
And then we make wavy sounds with our arms.
Like tentacles.
Yeah, like tentacles. And
yeah,
then,
I can.
So we'll spend a good like 30 minutes workshopping this.
These things are important.
And as Nim and Claw continue working on their handshake, we're going to take a break and give them a moment to do that.
Oh my.
All right, so I can show you the rest of the stuff on Twitch if you guys want. I don't have Hunter in here yet, so but I don't need his picture. All right. All right, so you guys end up eventually getting the boat unstuck after a few more people come up, realizing that Staith realizes that he could fight or he can help you with the boat. Either way is productive. He chooses to help with the boat. You guys end up getting it off and into the water. Kind of hold it there. A few people start to load up when the boat is hit again with whatever large creature was there. And again, it cracks and again, it continues to tilt. On the, if you guys are watching the stream, on the side opposite of where you guys are loading the boat, this large four-armed devil springs out of the water, propelled by its own fins, and lands on the deck. And behind him, several more of these of the two-armed versions climb to the back of the deck and mount there. Asmund, seeing what happened, kind of breaks that middle rank and charges up the deck. Kills 3 or so of the smaller guys before this larger one ends up impaling him with the spear. And you see Asmund tumble overboard, landing in the water. Another one, and you guys did not get any luck when it comes to ones on these. As Turret is running for the boat, a Sea Devil kind of leaps up and grabs her and pulls her into the water. Her husband as well, like, goes to reach for her, and he catches a spear from one of the sharks, and he falls into the water. A lot of people end up loading onto the boat and pushing off as more of these creatures keep pummeling onto the decks.
Do we get to the boat?
Yeah, you guys are pretty much in the boat, like, so yeah, you guys are pretty much there. You guys end up cutting your way through, fight a couple more of these things to kind of prevent them from the boat, from taking the boat. You guys push off with as many people as you could. What's his name? Staith cuts the rope, like, and pushes off before, like, everybody's on the boat. And you see a lot of the people on the boat get captured in nets and, like, begin getting drug off or, like, subdued on the boat. Any of the other people begin to get kind of tied up, almost as if they're captured, more or less. You see this big creature kind of walk out over the deck, bloody spear that just impaled Asmund, gesture at you with the spear itself, and erupting out of the water in front of you is a massive shark that splits your little longboat in half. People spraying up in all directions. You guys find yourself swimming for dear life. I would have you guys roll to see what you hold on to, but we're going to say you guys hold on to your bags for now. Kind of strapped to you the best you can. And you guys swim for a long time. Whatever current you guys are caught in keeps you together. You guys start to slowly lose people out of the group as they either drift away or unable to keep themselves afloat. A dense fog kind of sets over the area, kind of obscuring you for the most part. You don't really see much of the ship after that, but you guys are able to drift away. You still hear, like, the screams of people kind of echoing through the mists as you guys are, like, trying to swim as quietly as you can with people that swim in the water with you. But eventually you guys drift and you guys feel arms tugging at your legs, and you guys are all pulled beneath the waves. And we're going to end there for the night.
Everyone drowns. New character.
The end.
Until next week. Do you guys want to know what happens?
I'm gonna see.
I don't like this version of the
But we'll leave the dramatics for the stream later, and then I might tell these guys offline when I hang up on this. So, good night, everybody. Thanks for watching. Sorry we had some technical difficulties.
You know goblins can't breathe underwater.